My baby don't. Bam, 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 bam. Okay, let's. Oh, you know what I need to do? Uh, there we go. Oops. What you talking about, Willis? Oops. 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 Bam. Bam. You gotta be freaking kidding me. I always break it. Hmm? 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 Bam. Bam. That's broken. Hello. That's freaking crazy. It looks good now. That's always crazy. Okay. There we go. Let us see. Okay. What's over? Jersey, mate. Oops. Jeez. Let's see. And now 1 million people. Bullet butt. Found in 31 states. Jeez, what up, Dean? What it do, brother? What it do? All right, let's watch the news here. Let's see what's up with this freaking new parasite.
Cases of a disease caused by a microscopic parasite are growing, and health officials still haven't found the exact source of the outbreak. Michigan leads the country in cases of cyclosporiasis. In roughly 2 weeks, there have been more than 1,500 cases reported and 44 hospitalizations. Normally, the state sees 50 cases per year. According to the CDC, 31 states have reported cases. Infections bring unpleasant side effects, including frequent diarrhea. Past outbreaks have been linked to fresh produce. And common advice to avoid infection includes washing fruits and veggies, but some experts say that is not enough to kill the parasite. Dr. Eric Asher joins us now. He's a family medicine physician at Northwell's Lenox Hill Hospital here in New York City. And doctor, we know that we have cases in New York State, and we also know this is probably way underreported because people have to actually go seek care, get their stool sampled in order to confirm these cases.
And it's freaking diarrhea.
What is this? Why is this so concerning?
Can you give it?
So this is one of the foodborne illnesses that is not.
Can you give us like I've got explosive diarrhea. Like here's a cup. Can you give us a stool sample? There you go.
Contracted human to human, We know that it is from contaminated produce. And we know that this year in particular, there are a lot more cases, as you mentioned, than we typically see. And that's likely because it has been so humid and parasites thrive in this weather and this humidity. We know that the fresh fruits seem more appealing during this time of year. And they're much more easy to find. And we know that there are so many people traveling into the country at this point of year. So we're seeing just, because of the World Cup, because of the Knicks winning basketball, we're finding that there are a lot more people here as well now.
So let's talk about what we can do, because I'm just the kind of person that I buy my produce and I'll give it a quick rinse under the sink, but it's not like I'm sitting there scrubbing each individual piece. What can we do to protect ourselves?
What's
so
with America?
In particular, while this is
so we get our food from all around the world is one of the huge things, and we also allow there's this thing called GRAS, GRAS, generally recognized as safe. And that is a big problem. So what that does is that puts the owner or the company that comes up with this new chemical, new additive, new pesticide, whatever, if it doesn't hurt anybody, it's generally recognized as safe, which means it's allowed for the population until it starts hurting people. So it's like, well, like we just came up with this chemical in the lab and we gave it to a couple of mice and everything's fine. So it seems fine, and other countries might be using it or something like it. So, okay, go ahead and give it to the entire country. Oh no, everybody's butthole's on fire. So, okay, well, now, so it used to be, they would say, we came up with a new chemical. It would go to the Food and Drug Administration. It would be tested there for multiple years in multiple different ways, trials and whatnot, and then it would be recognized as safe or unsafe. But now it's on the company to do that work. So the company says, oh, it looks fine. It'll make us billions of dollars. And it's called GRAS, generally recognized as safe. Off topic, what do you think is going to happen in November during the midterms? Will the Republicans hold the Senate? Yeah, it absolutely looks that way. Listen, dude, I haven't spent as much time in the movie industry as I spent in the movie industry. I talked to a lot of people. I hear girls that were staunch freaking liberals are like, Democrat is so 2020. I heard that. You're a Democrat? That's so 2020. Like, get with the times. And so that's like the new freaking wackadoo that I guess that the Republicans are putting out there. They're paying influencers to say Democrats so 2020. So it looks like they're starting to change the culture. But we'll see. Nothing against the gays, but I hate his voice. It's not killing people immediately. Right, exactly. What's up, Strong? What up, 2026? They're deregulating chemicals. We know what. Yeah, it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. We came up with a new chemical, and we'll test it out in the black community, the CIA, bro. What's up, Tyler? The companies do not give a right. So, and it's the same way with our. Well, it still goes back to the chemical industry, which is the pharmaceutical industry. The pharmaceutical industry makes the chemicals typically that go into food supplies. They make pharmaceuticals and whatnot. So when they made drugs like OxyContin, it was recognized because they did their own testing. It was recognized as non-addictive, a non-addictive opiate. And then they made $13.8 billion in a year profit. And then it was found to be addictive in the population. So they got sued for $3 billion. So they still made $10.8 billion on it. So still, if you consider it the cost, companies will consider that the cost of doing business. Oh, we still made $10 billion profit. What up, William? Hey, Huddy, welcome to the family, brother. EU has banned 4 ingredients used in America. America's banned 14 ingredients used in the EU. They don't really care about us. They don't really care about us. Young women aren't turning right, that's for sure. Brother, I don't know. We'll see. I don't think they're turning right. I think the left has gone way farther left and has pushed people. Maybe they're not going right wing, but they're going centrist, and the Democrats don't represent the center anymore. But we'll see. I hope the edited photo still. Oh, brother, I forgot all about that. I've been busy, but yeah, I'll do it tonight. What up, sir, Jacob, brother? Yeah, it's absolutely crazy to see like what's going on politically, and if a third party steps in right now, a centrist party, I think it would be possible for the first time in history that a third party could win, because a lot of people are anti-MAGA, anti-right wing, anti-Republican, but so many Democrats are switching to either independent or Republican. And like I said, you didn't see this in the culture just 2 years ago. And yeah. And if Fetterman runs in 28, well, it's possible. It's the only way I can see us getting a Democrat president. There'll probably be plenty of Democrats throughout the outside of the federal environment. But yeah, you can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all of the people all the time. But hold on, you can fool all of the people some of the time, some of the people all the time, but you can't fool all of the people all the time. That's right. What up, William? Democrats haven't turned nearly as left as Republicans lie about. Republicans have dragged the over two windows so far right for decades. DSA is just old-fashioned Democrat now. Brother, I have to disagree. I have to disagree. Here, let's do this real quick. Let's do this real quick.
But the last thing I'm going to
All right. Okay.
show you to really paint
Vote
the picture of how far left the Democrat Party has gone is Barack Hussein Obama in 2006 criticizing George Bush for not deporting enough illegals.
One of the central components of
This is the
immigration
Democrat
reform is
Party in
enforcement.
2008.
And this bill contains a number of important provisions to beef up
2006,
border
sorry.
security.
2006.
But that's not enough.
Yes, sir.
Real enforcement
sir.
also
Sir, Rachel.
means drying up the pool of jobs that encourages illegal immigration. And that can only happen if employers don't hire illegal workers. Unfortunately, our current employer enforcement system does little to nothing
I wish I had
to
some
deter
advertising
illegal
as well.
immigrants
yeah,
from finding
sorry, I'm
work.
slow on that.
Just a few statistics. Overall, the number of workplace arrests of illegal immigrants fell from 17,552 in 1997 to 451 in 2002, even as illegal immigration grew during that time.
Democrats used to be against illegal migration.
Right, so I remember it was like yesterday when he changed his mind. Right, yeah, Republicans don't believe in women's rights, voting rights, gay rights, environment, immigration, or democracy. I disagree. I think Democrats say that Republicans don't. There's gay Trump supporters, gays for Trump, trans for Trump. So I think they're just completely overlooked. I think that the Democrat Party is so dead set on removing Trump in the midterms that they're saying all of that stuff. But then again, look at this.
When Black Americans have historically faced pressure, whether we talk about politics, economics, or social, there's often been a shared understanding and response rooted in long, specific history inside this country. And that history created networks, it created institutions.
Hillary's old film saying
it created a certain level
of
internal protection.
Listen, if you're old enough, you remember when the Democrat Party was MAGA. You remember like Obama was the deporter in chief. Trump is the one that allowed abortion in the Republican Party because he said no, women give the right, but he just shortened it down and he gave it back to the states after I can't remember the name of that thing, but yeah, so Trump gave it back to the states instead of banning it, which everybody said that the Republicans do. So there's obviously a much more middle of the road. Republicans and Democrat politicians are overwhelmingly old men and women like far removed from normal life. It's ridiculous. I agree. Right, but they're so hated by the LGBT community but there is and there's support. The only thing that they don't support, it appears, is trans children. I think the leftist one-track thing is it's idiotic and discriminatory. I'm not even that old yet. What's interesting is that Ronald Reagan gave amnesty over 5 million undocumented immigrants. Bush passed a bill to offer more green cards. Yeah. None of that gets talked about anymore because there's not many clips of it. Modern left is like a cult. Dems still remove undocumented, not just don't behave like Nazis and MAGA gets all. But brother, that's liked. It's only not liked by the Democrat the Democrat politicians. The Democrats as a whole voting base, like 80% are down with it. They think we need more ICE enforcement. It's the people that, if you listen to just the leadership, you get a different story from what the people say. Having trouble believing 2026 is being serious. What I've got here, what's the topic right now? Oh, well, it was parasites, but then we changed it over. A cult follows one person. Who's that person? But brother, a cult is different than a political party. I think the big problem the Democrats have is that they're not talking about 2028. They're saying, I hate Trump, I hate Trump, I hate Trump. When Trump leaves in 2028, they're not going to follow Trump anymore. They're going to follow whoever the next leader is. And then the propaganda will be now you're following JD Vance or freaking Rubio, but they're following the leader of their nation. It's a little bit different from a cult when the person you say is the cult leader is the president, like the leader, the person you're supposed to follow. So saying that's a cult is a little wackadoodle. You know what I'm saying? He's the leader. He's the commander in chief. You're supposed to follow him. And the problem that the Democrats have gotten into is they're saying, don't follow the leader. That's a cult. Yes, if it was in the back room somewhere or in a freaking spiritual house somewhere, I would agree with you. But here I do not agree with you. BB. That's another one, right? Nazis executed people and socialists. I don't think Republicans are doing that. The only way to gain votes in saying Democrats to make Trump MAGA seem worse. The only way to make MAGA seem worse is to lie. If you're not familiar with facts, it might seem inevitable, brother. I think you're saying a lot of talking points that people in the media, Fox and CNN and freaking MSNBC, just spout around. But the truth is different. I talk to a lot of people. I don't kick anybody out for being a Republican or a Democrat or an independent or libiquita or anything. I got no problem talking to everybody. And also being in a profession and having just left a profession that had to do with making the stuff that goes out on TV, news, and radio was you have a very interesting. I have a very interesting point of view. And I'm just saying that's what I'm seeing. I'm not out here promoting voting for one particular candidate or not. And I tell people, vote for people, not parties. Absolutely. But you can't saying things like following the president of the United States as a cult is pushing people away. Because that's like people saying, don't follow the laws of your land. Hey, Rich, I'll see you all the next time. Gotta go to work. All right, brother Strong. Have a good night. Have a good night. Trump is having people executed in Iran for what's not a war, which seems reasonably. I think it's a war now. I think they just declared it a war a couple of minutes ago. At least, yeah, just a couple of minutes ago. We should write a letter from Putin to ask for some clandestine NSA. And I'll say, I'm kidding, kind of. No matter what side you're on, I think we can agree that Donald Trump cannot, under any circumstances, have a nuclear weapon. MAGA believes one person, all his lies, buys his shit, forgets his crimes, ignores the facts, don't flatter him. But okay, then was everybody a cult for Biden? Because everybody did the same thing on the Democrat side under Biden. It's when they're the leader of the nation, that's not a cult. That's not a cult. That's absolutely not a cult. You don't have people freaking out. And people on the left were leaving their families because their family members were following a different party or just didn't agree 100%. That's way more cult-like. We among conservatives, Republicans are fed up with the MAGA ideology, dividing our party, MAGA party. We still hold true to the GOP. Thank you, Stanley. Charlie Gates politics. BTC says, boo. There's no such thing as your truth. There's only the truth. I agree. We still fight an economic war with Russians through sanctions. So I don't know a whole lot about it. I did see what was the guy that just died last night? I can't. He said something about sanctions on Russia again. So it looks like it's starting back up. Nazis were not socialists. What does Nazi stand for again? Yeah, right. They donned that word. They put it in. 2026. It wasn't spewing talking points. Just doing a completed version of the rules for radicals. Yeah, you agree 100%. Either party or a major problem with this country. All right, Mar-a-Lago is allegedly 2 weeks away from developing a nuclear weapon. Yes, it is. The refusal of the modern left to have debates in good nature rather than shutting people down and excluding genuine words. And right, and so what I find is that what people tell me is they say, I want my vote bought. I want to be converted to a Democrat, but people won't talk. And then you have to be like, well, if I'm going to become a Democrat and the only people I can hang out with Democrats, the Democrats don't seem like kick-ass people to hang out with. Because if you miss something, if you didn't get the memo of what you're supposed to hate now, you just get ripped to shreds. There's no happiness. There's no love. It's absolute. It's that people seem miserable. And at least on the when you talk to people on the right, they'll say, okay, well, I disagree. Maybe you'll find it. Biden stepped aside. It's not the side of a cult leader. The president's. What I'm saying is he also lied a lot, absolutely, and people believed it. That's not what represents a call. Congress declared war because the last time Congress declared war was 1941. Hey, dumbass, it's the name of the. I know. All right. Nice try, William. It's not my fault. You're unfamiliar with the facts. Full Jewish homosexual. I'm not Jewish. No one has ever defined what MAGA is to me. It stands for Make America Great Again. It's a party name, but it's basically the banner that Trump ran under when he switched from Democrat to Republican. You MAGA are one day going to realize they traded a nation for a trucker hat, and very soon going to be ashamed and feel afraid to wear in public. That's true history. You don't believe high school hacks either, or whatever if the film industry booted you. This is what I'm talking about. Right. So just tell me it's a cult. Tell me the talking points, but don't and lie to me about the Nazi party, but don't try to convince me why your side's better. You're just telling me why MAGA is bad, but you're not convincing me why the Democrats are any better. Lindsey Graham, that's the name, right? The NSDAP were Workers' Party. They had a serious, effective, beneficial work program around the country. Nazis bad, Nazis evil, yes, but not pretending they were not industrial farce. Try reading. The Democrat Party will never do anything good for this country ever again because they're all insufferable arse. 2026, the reason why nobody likes the bottom left, you're threatening people for wearing an item of clothing. Explain why Trump accepted $1 million jet, multi-million-dollar jet from Qatar. Muslim as a terrorist who funded 9/11 attacks. Don't ask me. MAGA has much meaning. Nazi has words for letters, don't respect shit. How the tables have turned. So original. What's up, John Goldbody? They use the pejorative in order to try to fool the people with their social BS. What lies have I told about the Nazi Party? That the socialists, socialism had nothing to do with what they were doing. Not a cult. It's the new political party, MAGA, plain and simple. Yeah, it's a political party. Okay. All right. Let's get back to what we were doing here. Let's see. All right. Let's see if we can find out the next one up here. And it's very interesting. It's very interesting to see how people, like, I didn't vote for Trump, and I'm not going to vote for Trump in 2028. And the Democrats do not care to tell me any reason why the next iteration of the Republican Party or the next iteration or who's coming up or what's kick-ass policies, except for Trump hates these people. I hate these people. Well, those people still seem to be doing okay. And there's people that you say that they hate that like him. So I just can't. I think it's all crap. I think it's all crap on the right and the left. MAGA culture versus gamer culture. Google it. It's not. It's just how it's anti-Semitic to admit the NSDAP pulled the Constitution to industrial boom. Kropp, Volkswagen, all the bonds, all this team is huge success from NSDAP initiatives. Islam will destroy the Democratic Party, and that seems to be a big that seems to be a big thing that no one wants to even talk about. It does the whole like Mondami thing try to talk to the Iranians not like even fluster anybody, or just is that Trump is so bad that we're gonna overlook all this stuff? Right. So why bash people on saying how bad Trump is? What about the rest of the Republican Party versus the rest of the Democrat Party versus like what they seem to want to do, especially with what's going on now? The people that they're pushing up, the people that they were pushing up to help fight the MAGA is especially with like I said, I'll go back to the two main things that I really dislike: Tim Walz and freaking Graham Plattner, and how much airtime went towards these people and what Tim Walz did. It's unfreaking believable. It's unbelievable. I'm classical liberal. Live and let live doesn't mean open borders, right? And I think that's a big thing people don't want to understand. If the Democrat Party wants to start winning people's minds back, they got to stop just tearing people down. If people don't understand, you don't explain it to me. Say Google it. No, explain it to me. I don't want to Google it right now. If you want to have a conversation about it, have the conversation. Well, maybe the movie industry rebooted you. Okay, cool. So you're not going to be a good friend regardless. So even if I decided to become a Democrat, you'd still be an asshole. It doesn't make sense to me. I guess it doesn't make sense to you either. I didn't vote for Trump 3 times. I voted against the Democrats 3 times. There you go. Muslims need to stop being imported into the United States. What up, domination? What would Mondami have done to fit Trump? What would Mondami have to fix what Trump broke? It doesn't matter. It's not his job. It's not his job. His states go into shit. I'm a conservative Republican. We take back control of the party, the GOP. We're not MAGA. If Trump runs in 2028, Obama will run too and win. Probably. I'm voting for Vermin Supreme. I want that pony. Zombie-powered electricity is a brilliant idea. Play chess, folks. Dems don't believe in open borders. Then why did they open the border? Why do the new DSA all talk about dissolving the borders, dissolving the Senate, dissolving the presidency? About your t-shirts, you unbox and ship them yourself? No, someone does it. Yeah, so I have a printer that does it. Yeah, I got no time. If I did, dude, I back when I was younger, when I used to be in a band, I used to make the buttons. I had a screen printer, did all that stuff. Biden opened the ports. Yeah, right. Don't try. You try to rewrite history. I'm trying to have a conversation. You want to be right without knowing fact basic. Why are you going back to history? I want to talk about the problems now. The last Democrat president we had, last Democrat administration opened the border, and you're trying to say they're not for open borders. You're being very dishonest. You're probably just a rational Dem. Part of the right wing is bad. Probably just a rational Dem. Part of your right wing is right. You have to see New York is losing capital like absolute insanity. The rich people that they want to tax to be able to fix what's going on. Yes. When you're famous, you can walk right up and grab the bottom with Donald J. Trump. Can I put hot chocolate on my PC? Not a good idea, brother. 2026 talking crap. He meant city. Biden never opened the borders. That's just a lie MAGA tells. You're just saying things that don't exist. Brother, do you understand that? Do you understand how the people got across the border? Do you understand that all defense of the border was turned off to facilitate people crossing the border with ease? Getting an app, the CBP1 app, to allow people to get funding and plane tickets from outside of the country to inside of the country? You're being dishonest. The Trump elongating the war to suspend elections before wartime. I don't know. We'll see it. Biden kept the border open, let all the illegals that destroyed our country with fentanyl. Right. This isn't up for debate. That definitely happened. The borders are freaking. Kamala Harris said we can't close the border. Democrats destroyed this country. Yeah, lying. What up, Papa Bear? When did Biden close the checkpoints, fire the border agents, defund the border? Brother, I guess you're saying that before I answered the question. So you heard my answer. I feel terrible for the people that live in New York. The only reason you're in the United States is because you use open borders. Am I? You mean New York City, not New York. I always have little exceptional intellectually, not to be boisterous, but I've proven this to myself at this point. I was always up, though. They're recognized too. I'll follow you. Mondami will tell you how to live from his mansion's classic champagne socialism, right? You're so mag. All right, whatever. Take on Graham's sister to the finish term. Take your take on Graham's sister to finish his term. I didn't even know that was happening. Dems, I feel I only want illegal immigrants to have a voting bloc to rig the elections, therefore putting our foreigners first and our citizens second. Yeah, and it appears that way. And now the next step up for New York is to push that even further. The DSA, and then what's going on in Seattle, and what's going on in Washington State and then Colorado also, and they want to. That's what they want to do. They want to defund ICE. They want to defund the police. They want to eliminate borders. Eliminate the Senate and eliminate the presidency. Trump cannot legally run in 2028. Won't happen. How many millions this week? Rollback of environment metrics. On his first day in office, President Biden halted the construction of the border wall and subsequently ended the Remain in Mexico policy, which was required for asylum. That's right. Asylum seekers to wait outside U.S. territory. But we don't emphasize the importance of intelligence amongst children. The mediocrity of their ideas is what some Eastern nations are blowing out of the water. Yes, because it's factual that a border can't be closed. Why is it closed now? Why is it closed now? Yeah. You have to prioritize your knowledge. What's up, Kildy? I have D, but I'm not a sucker for MAGA lies. It's not a lie. My Democrats would vote for AOC, a former bartender, for president. Let that sink in. Yeah, right. And I can't see that. I can't see that. And how they manipulate who's allowed to run for a primary is getting out of hand too. It's not like it was just once an accident. Then tell us 2026. The MAGA lies, be specific. That the borders was open. Yeah. What are the lies? And I mean engineering, science, medicine. That's for those people come better life for a better life. If I was a Democrat, I would also deny that you open the borders as well, right? President Trump was a millionaire before he went to the White House. All the other presidents had some money, but that came out as millionaires figuring it out. Yeah, right. They everybody that gets into office enriches themselves. The only person to lose money in office was Trump. And that was in 2016 to 2020. And then he's made it back plus some this year. And you would enrich yourselves too, as long as you're not hurting the American people in the process. All right, we just kick out this person. They don't want to exchange ideas, peddling slides, schizophrenic. Yeah, it looks schizophrenic. I mean, listen, I don't worship no man, right? And if you don't like what I know, and you want to call me whatever you want to call me just to try to delegitimize me or whatever, that's fine. What I'm saying is people are tired of the left treating everybody like shit and trying to rewrite history in a chat room. It's mad to see how angry Americans get over an argument and treat people with differing opinions like they're dirt. It didn't used to be like that. But before 2016, it didn't used to be like that. Respect and debate anymore squarely on Trump. Yeah. 2026, you mentioned the MAGA lies. What are the MAGA lies? You keep insisting that a handful of radicals of all Democrats think. Brother, the party is shifting that way. When the late leaders of the Democrat Party are asked about that, they said, well, we have a large tent. We got to see what works. That's what they said. They're down to that's what they said. That's what the leaders of the Democrat Party said. Marco 2028, I'd vote for him. Mugabe's mansion, Zimbabwe, never kept the poor from starving after he adopted Marxist socialist state. He destroyed the country. He did. He absolutely destroyed the country. Little Marco. What up, Richard? 23, be specific. Tell us what lies. You denying that there was a mobile phone app that could get you. Right. Yeah. If the U.S. wasn't set up nicely so free, why would all the foreigners come here to practice their fields? We'd be really screwed. It doesn't look like it, brother. Awesome. Maybe look up AOC's education. She was never just a bartender. Another mega lie. Doctors, scientists, engineered, all of them, U.S. citizens being outnumbered. I'd rather have a former bartender than a convicted rapist. Mugabe had 14 places. Yeah. He destroyed Zimbabwe. $500 trillion banknotes, bills, because they had like millions of % of inflation. The list goes on and on. We used to be number one in so many fields. We're close to it. I agree. My Ukrainian wife is an agreement. We have 3 young girls who never support a convicted sexual abuser who says grabbing a woman by the genitals is normal is disgusting. Saying that we worship Trump. Right. So listen. I think people are having a problem when we're talking about 2028. Trump's not going to be on the ticket. So I can understand absolutely not supporting Trump. I can absolutely understand that. But what the direction of the Republican Party has got more to do with the future of us and our children than the direction of the Democrat Party. Robert Mugabe, John Goldbody. AOC's a bartender. Now she has 20 million in the bank. What up, Thady, old brother? And actually, that's the wrong. I fell first. Obama demonized the right and weaponized the IRS against the Tea Party. Well, that's 2008, right? That's what about that started. Like before that, people weren't as rabid. Like especially people in the population. Like it'd be like, you Democrat or you Republican? You voted for that idiot? You're gonna buy a beer? That's how it was. I don't argue with liars, protectors of pedophiles. Like Tim Walz. Tim Walz just allowed a sex offender, a child sex offender who raped a 10-year-old girl multiple times. He pardoned him to not get deported. That's what the Democrat Party, the guy that was about to be the vice president of the United States, just signed a pardon to let a convicted pedophile not be deported from America. The Overton window has definitely shifted. Gotta know how to hold them. Gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them. What up, Catsby? Bob Dylan said these times are changing. Bartending is the most common occupations for young people in the United States. Don't be so ingenious about it. We do have a large tent. Republicans are on their knees from dementia for one man. Right, but what's the point? What's your point about 2028? This is what I'm saying. Let's talk. So Trump won't be running in 2028. What about the rest of the party? Start knocking down those guys. Fighting Trump is not going to help 2028 because he's not running. You know, this is what I don't understand, the attacks on Trump instead of the attacks on the policy. And I think everybody's starting to see through it. I'm going to go before I start using progressive for insulting labels. Good day, dial up, brother. And the Democrats can't win unless they cheat. AOC doesn't have 20 million in the bank. Another MAGA lie. Zimbabwe holds more gold than U.S. probably. Right. Well, they did completely destroy their country and have. I mean, you can buy $500 trillion banknotes from Zimbabwe because they it ended up costing over $1 million for a loaf of bread. Zimbabwe $100 trillion bill. Oh, here you go. So here's some of the $100 trillion bill, because they absolutely destroyed their economy. AOC and all the other Democrats got into government to enrich themselves. Yeah. Bring back senile Biden, right. And it's just not AOC that got into government. Right, yeah. So did Marjorie Trader Greene, right, I agree. Yeah, there you go, yeah. Democrats look like the night of the living dead. Marjorie Trader Greene. I remember the night Biden's administration threw out their policy. Yeah, it was crazy. The ocean holds all the gold somehow the Spanish still own. Yeah, a lot. Yes, there's a lot of Spanish bullion vessels that were shipping gold over to the New World, all around the world, but a lot that were headed to America. That there was a specific hurricane that happened while they were moving tons and tons of gold, and that sitting on the bottom of the ocean. Every woke person is the same. Yeah, I know they stole it from everybody. Republicans that are defunding education, you think they're for the children. I think, brother, yes, I have to think their plan is much better than what's been going on. I have to disagree with you here. their plan, doing away with No Child Left Behind, which has left more children behind, is a better plan than continuing down the declining path for children's education that we've been on. It needs to be a change. And I hope if a Democrat wins, they'll do the same and not keep this freaking wackadoo in place. Do you shower daily? I do. I shower daily. Kurdistan, how are you, Ancient? Interesting open borders. You realize these people contribute over 197 trillion to the economy? No, they didn't. 190 maybe billion. No, we're not 197 trillion. That never achieved destroying the nation state. Didn't happen. Defunding the government school curriculum is a very good thing. Right. Absolutely. It absolutely is. It needs to be. They have to destroy the education, the administrative part of the Department of Education doesn't have anything to do. The people that are in the Department of Education don't typically set the curriculums up and whatnot. That's set down for a step below. So this has been to set up funding and everything. What needs to be done is the states need to be taking care of that, not the federal government. The states do. If Democrat states want to teach something different than Republican states, in a different way, they can build their own things and then they can fund them. That's what should be happening, not this whole nationwide. Because listen, look how bad the kids are doing. It's not education, it's indoctrination, left-wing indoctrination. Tim Walz allowed a sex offender to be deported. Why did he have to pardon him? What about her? The occupation of the USA are stuck in the echo chambers. It's hilarious. What up, Andy? You all work to worry about these politics, don't care about anything but their reputation. Right, yeah. Trump also pardoned pedophiles, Jan 6 rioters. I mean, were any of them convicted pedophiles? Every time I ask for actual evidence of this, it's just hearsay and whatnot. Hey, look, I'm like I said, I'm not going to vote for Trump, but what about 2028? What are we doing in 2028? Schools returning in indoctrination camps, but not just that. They were putting too many kids in the classroom. They dumbed down the testing so more kids would be able to pass because a class can only go as fast as the slowest kid. And now we've got multiple languages in each classroom. And I can understand a need to revamp this to make it more organized with our new population. It's good versus evil, nothing less. I agree. People aren't going to let their children indoctrinated by school teachers who are obviously politically motivated. I agree there too. Devil's taking souls there, right? I don't have a point about 2028 Republicans having a party without Trump. I think we do. I think we do. I think it will be a better party with if Rubio or JD takes the helm. And they don't have the history that Trump has. I think you won't have enough people that'll be able to bitch about it, about the stuff that Trump's done. And I think it's gonna be a stronger party with at least better outlooks on the future. David, citizens versus non-citizens. Nuance. Biden pardoned child killer. Yes, that's right. Where are you getting those numbers from? Calculating the amount of money they use for government. President Trump has done more to stop human trafficking, right? And sex trafficking, right? More than any other president. Absolutely. Found over 400,000 children came across the border without adult supervision and were distributed amongst the United States. And over 147,000 of them have been found thanks to this current Republican administration. And they just were going willy-nilly for 4 years during the Biden administration. The type of stuff will anger parents. Yeah. Government is too big. Yeah, I agree. The government's definitely way too big. He's a cuck. He watched his wife get back. Which one? Heritage Foundation proves illegals don't vote. Another MAGA lie. Brother, a lot. We have more information yesterday saying illegals are voting. Dude, we're deporting people for voting. We're taking people, illegal immigrants and legal people here on visas that have voted, and that's all being found out. And in the next month, I think you'll see a hell of a lot more. The answer is states govern themselves. That's what I think too. Trump. Zimbabwe, when the currency crisis took hold, people were paying for gold. The rivers was a one gram of gold for a loaf of bread. I don't respect grown-ass man with female hair. All right. Republican Party will burn itself down once Trump is out of the way. It will be. What up, Scott? Just got my friends. Good sleep, smoke. Very good friends. Girls have broken a little way. Temperature. Oh, it's hot there in Holland. MAGA is way bigger than Trump, right? And I think, and it's getting bigger. Has anybody looked at how many people have left the Democrat Party? Registered Republican went from registered Democrats to registered Republican. Over 1 million people. That's crazy. That's the biggest thing. The legal vote. Illegals vote by having their ballots filled out by someone else. Yeah, that's gotta be filled out. MAGA says Margaret Taylor Greene's a traitor because she wouldn't protect pedophiles and says you're not in a cult. Anyone to protect a cult. No, it got rid of her because she enriched herself, gave herself $25 million. I broke something. What up, Sinai? New York Times posted the southern states best hope for public school right now. Yeah, I hope so too. Yeah, right. And the southern states are doing better than the states like Alabama are doing better than California right now. Or Mississippi is doing better than California. That's crazy. And California spends way more per child. We will continue winning. Democrats, the sexualization of children. Everybody's like, yeah, it's pretty freaking obvious. And I can't remember the guy's name, Wiener. He passed a law saying it's not illegal to have sex with kids. Southern states are currently outperforming elsewhere. Yeah, we're doing good. I never listened to the news and objectively put in my head on what make you think why you can't objectively people. I understand, brother. It's way behind. Don't comment. I'm working on it. Democrats can't be behind before born. The Democrats can't get to the baby before it's born, murder in the womb, sexualize after it's born. Yeah. Right. But why would they leave the Democrat Party, brother? Why would they leave the Democrat Party if they're still going to vote Democrat? All glory to Zimbabwe. What up, Shiva? People who leave the Democratic Party become inert. It's after the beholder reason don't want to voter ideas. The illegals are voting. It's about the census. Well, yeah, right. It'll get them more people. The count of the census will put more people in the House of Representatives. Trump family made billions. Yeah, absolutely, they did. Yes, I agree. Listen, that's the thing. People say the reason to not continue or not to start to vote Republican is because of Trump. But I think they don't understand that Trump's not on the ballot in 2028. So if people that don't like Trump but don't like the Democrats will be voting for another Republican that runs in 2028. And when the Democrats are asked why, they just give reasons about Trump. But Trump's not going to be on the ballot. Womp womp. Take it easy, Scott. Democrats know that illegals are voting. That's why they're fighting for the Save America Act. Yeah, I agree. I think that is too. Epstein. Freaking wackadoo. America has money makers and should be money maker as a president. I watched the first Obama-McCain debate. Trump sounds just like them. Right, yeah, we just watched a video on how Obama sounded back then. Obama was called the deporter-in-chief. The guy doing the deportations and running ICE under Trump is the same guy under Biden. Obama gave him an award for deporting 900,000 people. Tom Homan. I'm registered Democrat, but I haven't voted Democrat in a long time. Mostly vote third party. Don't trust the other side. I'm right there with you, brother. I'm right there with you. But I'm definitely not voting Democrat, especially after what's happened with allowing the pedophiles to run rampant, and people try to bring up the Epstein files, but the Democrats didn't release the Epstein files either, and the Democrats absolutely did pardon a pedophile. So it's the party's dead, so is their IQ. Ever heard about the walk away movement? It's about people walk away from the Democrat Party. Yeah, hashtag walk away. Yeah, I watch that every once in a while. The pendulums are starting to swing. Part of the child humiliation. What about Mitch McConnell picks when you run it through detectors, they got a synth ID watermark. I guarantee it. Guarantee it, Trey. Not much we can do about the pendulums. They do. You're in cult. There's going to be a Democrat. Brother, I have to disagree. I think Democrats are in a cult. And I was a Democrat. And I can't believe how rabid the Democrats are. Like how much they'll hate you. If you say, I think I'm an independent now. What? Yeah, Denmark. It's true, 20 years, 197 trillion. My guess is how you replace that money. I don't know. I mean, AI is probably going to have a big part to do with it. I don't. It's not 197 trillion. $197 trillion. I don't even think it's 197 trillion dollars over 20 years. 109. You're talking about USA made 197 trillion dollars. The illegals didn't make America 197 trillion dollars. Every dog has its day. He's crazy, dog shocker. Marco Rubio, JD Vance. Is Epstein in the drone files? What's up, Tom? Obama's actually Osama. The left-wing media showed pictures of illegals in cages and blamed it on Trump. Turns out it's from the Obama administration. That's right. That's true. That's true. It's Hussein, 6769. The only Democrat party, Republican Party of any power, Independence, Green Party. How many time once again? He was a giant. As a result, that video, James Hodgkins went on a mass shooting of Republicans and shot Steve Scalise. He got capped by the Navy SEALs. Jeez. Green Party, Libertarian Party, a bunch of wackos. Poor Dave. Well, the thing is, I think they're set up too by the left end or the right too. I think like these wackadoo other parties, like the Green Tea Party and stuff like that, is meant to disenfranchise something. It doesn't seem to make sense typically. Leftist socialist Islamists have allied before and just started out horribly. Just study the history of the Islamic takeover of Iran. Yeah. They needed Mitch to pass to save America. I took out Mitch so the process of doing it. And that crossed my mind too. All essential South America combined do not have $197 trillion. No, he's just saying stuff to say stuff. Better if two evils is still evil. That's why I vote third party. I enjoy my clear conscience even when I don't win. Plus, I get to make fun of both sides. I'm right there. That's a good reason. That's one of the best reasons. The only party I have a net positive on humanity is my 7th birthday party. Which president actually strengthened our borders? Right. I agree. And the thing is to see how it's affected housing, to see how it's affected safety, and to see how it's affected how much slower crime is decreasing. Like I think we should be on a much steeper slope of crime reduction. The Tea Party is the beginning of MAGA. The good old days. Hassan Piker of one-line billionaire comedies would make great sitcom characters. He'll probably either be in jail or be a sitcom character. How are we feeling about the loss of Lindsey Graham? Do I think it was a hit or how it's affecting the government? It's never stopped since. Right? Do you think that Lindsey Graham was taken out? So apparently they did a very fast autopsy, like he got an autopsy like the night he was found dead, and they said it was from an aortic dissection. Now, whether there's some chemistry that can cause an aortic dissection or something that can cause really high blood pressure to cause that, I guess that'll be figured out. These wackos tell us that it's two wings of the same bird. The truth in relation to the President Trump, they would not have tried to assassinate him so many times. Right. 7 trillion, my favorite. Okay, I was about to say, he said 197 trillion. That's a little, how it's affecting the government. I mean, I don't know the law or the rules on how quickly he can be replaced, but it seemed like he was going to be good for ending the war in Ukraine at least that it looked like that was finishing up. So it looks like it was probably a bad thing. President Trump is a man of the people, and they hate him for that. President Trump is a populist, and he came together. He came to govern the rich, so he can't be bought. Came to the government rich, so he can't be bought. I honestly don't think he was either. I can understand. I mean, just people in the chat are very stressed out, let alone. And so imagine being part of that government and what, like that would be. And he just got off of a plane too. So if he did have a weakened aorta, the way that the pressure changes can happen. I know you're supposed to be pressurized cabin, but the pressure that changes that, like on launch and landing, could have had something to do with it too. I also vote third party, but then I could pretend to be a Republican. Upset everybody. That's the important part. The GDP of Central South America did not even 10 trillion, 7 trillion from the heart attack gun. But I doubt we use it. It's that instant death of yes. So the aorta is the largest artery in your body, and it's what takes blood from the heart to the entire upper part of the body. So if that ruptures, all of your blood just pumps into your chest cavity in a couple of beats. So that's called a complete dissection. So there could be a slight aortic aneurysm, I think it's called, or a partial dissection where you just get like a tear and that can be repaired. Do you think there's any chance Trump is going to be able to run again in 2028? No. I think he's going to troll 100%. I think he's going to troll But I do not think he's going to run in 2028. His sister's taking over. No, you said Plattner's sister, or you say just say that to say that? That's been debunked. Yeah, I don't think it is. The Wings are the same bird. Trump is a separate bird. George Carlin, it's a big club, and you ain't in it, right? At least you have to agree with everything they do, but you have to have socialism for the rich, stage capitalism for the poor, right? And people have to understand that. People think when people are suffered so long under a loose pursed government where the money can just fly out to fraud and waste and whatnot, and taxes go up to replenish what's been spent poorly. Socialism looks good, but everybody knows. Well, I mean, not the socialists. The people that are the people that are saying that they're socialists that are trying to get in power. The leaders know that they will set up a corporation to run that entity under, and then that everybody will live in socialism, but they will be living in capitalist, and they'll be working outside of the system with other capitalist countries in order to benefit financially from everybody suffering, thinking they're just taking one for the team and living as lowly as everybody else. It's a scam. The heart attack gun. The heart attack gun was debunked. I think he said he fat fingered it. Building 7. I still love Trump. I smell Trump. I live Trump. I want Trump. The heart attack gun. I'm confused too. I tell you about the niece that have a small tear, and I've had the. Yes, you're right. The aorta. Aorta can have a small tear. Yeah, he can't run. Lindsey Graham's sister. Jeez. The dropout the week before the election. Papa Bear, my figure side. Yeah. Folks, my favorite comedian, the philosophy, they can make you laugh. Yeah, and listen, like I really dislike how the Democrats switched from like the early from like the beginning, like from the 90s through the early 2000s, on how strong they were on the border, how Obama was the deporter in chief, and they flip flopped. I think the younger people think that never happened because they were kids when during the Obama administration, so they believe what they were told from just their teachers or whatnot. Carlin majorly said help shake my psyche. I watched a lot of his videos. Oh yeah, absolutely. He's dude. The rest of the world is absolutely going to remember him. Do you know what they're doing now? Trump's charging 20% for anybody that wants to bring oil through the Strait of Hormuz. Trump bought more than $7 trillion just invested in loan. It was like $10 trillion in a year. I think it was $19 trillion. Graham has family had history of heart attacks. Jeez. She is taking his reins, confirmed. Wow. What up, Librado, brother? She was on the radio today talking about taking his place. Wow. I didn't hear that yet. I want to buy one of those notes online. Yeah, they're about $100. They're about $100. You can find them cheaper. You can find them for like $20 on eBay and stuff, some places too. What up, Kaylin? Yeah, and they get bigger than that. This is the 100 trillion. They get bigger. I think they have up to 500 trillion. Yeah, they got a 500 trillion. Another idiot got shot to death because he tried to run over ICE agents. Yeah, I heard that was happening. Yeah, here's the 500 trillion. 50 trillion, 500 million. Okay, maybe I was wrong. Yeah, you can get bundles. You can get bundles too. 100 notes. 100 trillion dollar notes. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they only went up to $100 trillion. I mean, I really like showing them to my cousins, especially as tea collectors. No, cool. Yeah, get yourself some. I wish I would have taken. I wish you would have taken Carter Island. I think that's going to happen. This will be U.S. currency in a few years, probably, right, Robert? I usually get Mexican notes, but I love these. Yeah. And some of them, like this one here, the $500 million one, it says 99 cents. 100 pack of 100 trillion here says $45. That other website we were looking at wanted $100 for one note. So yeah, definitely look at what you're doing. $5 billion note. We used to have one $1,000 bills and $5,000 bills. They were only right intrabank, right, for intrabanking. Now we have digital transfer from bank to bank. Yeah. Zimbabwe kicked out all the white farmers. Now they're begging for them back. Yeah, I was actually watching a video on that today. The two parties always take opposite sides, never have a middle ground. Why can't we just have transvestites teach gun safety school? That'd be a nice middle ground. Mexican, he's racist. They're thinking about making a $500 trillion, but it's too late because the dictator of Zimbabwe stepped down. Yeah, I could have swore I heard something about $500 trillion. Maybe that's what hit me, bro. That's why I buy real money. It's precious metals. Yeah, that's what I buy too. I buy precious metals too. Yeah, so I mean, I think I got silver at $20 last January, January 2025, and I think it's. I mean, it got up to $114. I was happy. I think it's dropped down to 60. Silver spot price. Buy gold. Yeah. So it's at 57. So it's dropped $2 since yesterday. I could only imagine buying 20. Right. Listen, you may not think that like divine guidance is a thing, but I ain't never bought anything more than like a gram or like a piece of jewelry. And then in January last year, I was just like, maybe I should look into silver. Okay. And then, yeah, it went up to 114. I was like, I guess that's the good living. The dollar will never fall unless the United States, unless another state substitute petrol. You're right. Yeah, I doubt that's going to happen anytime soon. We know now after America and Iran, this little squabble war, jamalama, that the other countries did not help, which means they're not willing to protect their own investments. So they know that their bills are connected to the dollar, or their oil is, and that's their energy. Still, so I'll tell you why I think silver's better than gold right now, and that may change. We're not interested in middle ground with leftist, Democrat, socialist wackos. You got 3 ounces last year. Silver spot price, 57 right now. Yeah. Sorry, I know I'm a little slow. 24 quarter ounce Troy silver here. Jeez. Anybody paying 24 as silver's getting ripped off. Dollars backed by oil, slavery, aka war debt. We're all good. Anybody paying? Several dealers online have silver for less than 30. Is beer good to invest in? I guess if you like beer. If you like beer, okay. So what was I saying just a second ago? I started looking at it. Okay. So silver. So if you know anything about electric cars and cell phones, batteries, there's a battery that's been developed, patented, and now being put into production, and also satellites. It's called the carbon battery, but look into it. It's actually the carbon silver battery, and it uses a pretty good amount of silver per cell. So when they go online, it will dump the same size battery of a silver carbon battery, the same size, has twice the distance of an electric, will double the distance of an electric car, and it speeds charging to 6 minutes from 0 to 80%. 6 minutes. And it's non-flammable. So when that goes, and it's patented by Samsung. So when that goes into production and gets started being bought to be put in all these high, and I think that's what will be going into the tractor trailers, because they want to make electric tractor trailers, but the size of the lithium ion battery would be freaking huge for it to get any decent, and then charging it would take hours. And I think that's the way it's going to go. So it looks like when that comes online, when they start buying the chemistry, when they start buying the silver that's required for the chemistry to make that, there's going to have to be tons and tons and tons of silver purchase. That there'll be a big bump, I anticipate. And then over the years, it will level off as those cars start coming offline and the batteries start to get recycled. They'll be able to pull the silver back out. That'll go back into the systems and whatnot. So. But that's my theory. That's what I'm going with. Why is it better in your opinion? Yeah. Okay, there you go. I'll look it up right here to help you out real quick. It's called the silver carbon battery. Well, here, let's use Grok here real quick, and I'll show you the. Oops, wrong button. Okay. All right. Sorry. It would actually be fine if borrowed money of other countries that went into debt, defaulting a second, third world this way. We only borrow our own money. Honestly, platinum is kind of underrated, only used in jewelry. Right. Well, I'll tell you another thing why. Okay, the silver carbon battery, Samsung's advanced all solid state battery, ASSB, okay, technology that uses thin silver carbon composite layers in the anode. All right. So when you look into how much it needs, 20-year lifespan with 1,500 cycles, high retention. It's looking for mass production in 2027. Be better specifically. That's say I understand now. Newcastle brown ale is the best taste. My buddies used to love that stuff. Crazy silver outlook in the tech market. Right. And listen, so also with AI, right? So currently they're using copper interconnects in chips and on circuit boards. That copper is one of the most conductive materials. The only conductive material other than that, more conductive, is silver. So if they want to reduce the amount of power draw for the same amount of compute and lower the amount of heat, they have to lower the resistance. The only way you can lower the resistance after copper is silver. So they would have to start using silver on circuit board traces, silver on inside of each GPU and CPU chip and RAM chip. So that would require that also. That's the only way they're going to be able to really get down the temperature per power, per the watt per I can't remember the name of the thought cycle thing, processing cycle, not MIPS. In other words, silver as industrial use much more than any other metal. That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. I would say, okay, you got it. Obviously, it's a reason silver is better. It's most widely used industrialized metal. The price has been manipulated so long it's low, or gold won't last. I don't think it'll last either. Wrong. They hold U.S. debt through treasury bonds. Why would they engage in Iranian war? Japan holds most of China. Platinum is used in catalytic converters. I invest in those. I get that from a guy named Carl under the bridge. What up, user? If I ran lights on a nuke, if I ran lights off a nuke in the United States or Israel, somewhere else in the world, you won't ask the question. I've been investing in drones, building a booming business is booming. Offer United Luigi got that CEO. Dogs took a dive. Copper. I thought gold is way too expensive, but if you look at a metal resistivity chart. Okay, so it goes like this. So aluminum is more resistive than copper, so it gets hotter with the same amount of power, then copper, then gold, then iron, then silver. So silver is the bottom. Silver is the most conductive. The only way to get copper or whatever that conductive would be to use things like liquid nitrogen, probably liquid oxygen, or liquid helium. So you'd have to make it super conductive, and that would make it a lot more power to keep that liquid nitrogen liquid, yada yada yada. So going to silver would be the best way to go. Left wing wacko celebrates the death of United Healthcare. Truth Team was celebrated, but Charlie, not very nice. Not nice. The best place to buy silver and gold, maybe a platinum fun convention. I went to vendors who were selling silver for spot. That's good. What up? Broke down Nissan. Only time our dollar will fall is if they stop using the petrodollar. We borrowed money from other countries, would default on our debt, be a second or third world. It would. Thank you all night, brother. Copper's industrial, but yeah. And that's what's currently used. Is it wrong if I consider myself a hippie if I'm insensitive to war? I don't think so. What up, Stevie? I'm a hippie and I voted for Trump. President Trump has rescheduled marijuana. That's true. And ibogaine and hallucinogenics. Silver is expensive. Graphene will be used for connections. Possibly, but graphene still isn't as conductive as silver unless you talk about lowering the temperature also. So, and going to graphene, you can't use the same equipment we already have. All of the same equipment that we already have to print copper, silver can just take its place, and you don't need a whole bunch of retooling and remachining. It'll be a decade easy before we start using mass-produced graphene, because we have to produce it in mass first and then be able to use it to make a graphene circuit board and whatnot. So that'll be down the line. For a graphene is not as conductive as silver. Graphene cannot survive under high temperatures, high voltages. Right. So the carbon that graphene's made out of will carbonize quicker, which makes basically what's inside of old carbon film resistors is it's graphite basically, and when it chars over, you have short circuits, high voltage. Yeah, I did not know that you're in sub. Thank you, brother. Thank you all night. Where did they get the BS stuff from? I don't know, brother. How about platinum? Platinum's too expensive. Platinum's super expensive. Yeah, and it's not even as conductive as copper. Even nanographing is more conductive than standard silver. Right. So using these is very difficult, and contamination is very, very easy. It's very easy to contaminate it. So using it, you have to use it in like a surgical type room, and the simplicity of plating with silver, metal plating with silver or copper is very, very easy. You could also use existing copper and then run a current through them, and you can bond a very, very light coating of silver to that, because you have what's called the skin effect. Electrons run on the skin of a wire, the outside of the wire, not the inside metal of the wire so much, called the skin effect. As a gun owner and a weed smoker, Trump supports the guy. Trump's the guy. I agree. It's not just those only things. Yeah. In most ways, I'm a Grateful Dead hippie myself. Troy by Jerry Garcia would ever support Democrat socialism. Have you ever seen those Swiss francs? Those bills are complicated. I don't think I have. Swiss franc. It's not used for conductivity.
One Swiss franc equals $1.23.
Oh man, it's crashing too. I did some work in my garage last night. I discovered you mix steel with cow shit and sriracha and melt it together. You get better conductivity than silver. ND, thank you for doing the science. Citizen scientist ND beats. All right, let's see. Oh, cool. How you doing, brother?
Did you know Swiss franc is one of the world's strongest and most fascinating currencies? Stay tuned, the last fact might surprise you. Introduced in 1850, just 2 years after Switzerland became a federal state, the franc replaced more than 8,000 different coins.
Glad the damn Iran war is
across
back
the
on
cantons.
now.
Unlike most of Europe,
I'm doing my very
Switzerland
best,
never
brother,
adopted
for
the
Kyle
euro, and Liechtenstein even shares the same currency under a special agreement. The 9th series of Swiss banknotes, designed by Manuela Prunda, won Banknote of the Year in both 2016 and 17 for its creative themes of time, light, and wind. Each note is printed in 4 national languages: German, French, Italian, and Romansh, reflecting the country's diversity.
It's not science.
The notes are also printed vertically, a rare choice that mirrors how
we watched it last night. You might have been out by then, but yeah, we watched it last night.
People naturally handle cash today.
Already makes graphene batteries for their
Swiss franc
drills.
note is one of the world's most valuable banknotes still in circulation and still widely used for savings. With a Statue's business account, you can seamlessly manage Swiss franc alongside other major currencies, simplifying cross-border payments for your business.
All right, let's see. Yeah, that's pretty cool looking. Sriracha science. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool looking. All right, yeah, all right. But so look up new Pippi Longstocking. New 2SD 27. 2017 Sriracha is a spicy subject. Don't let Elon know. All right, let's see. Can you do Israeli currency? Check it out. You freaking wackadoo. Oops. Pippi Longstockers thought they were going to get me. Give you a 24-hour ban. There you go. There you go. All right, bam. My toilet. Okay, so we're Israeli. What'd you say? Israel's currency. Israel's currency.
One Israeli new shekel equals 33 cents.
A shekel. Oh, sorry, you can't see it. Graphene is not scalable. Problems with scalability is way too expensive. Right. So the problem is how we can machine it, how we can apply it to different surfaces using a metal like silver. We can melt it, we can vaporize it, we can deposit it using electrolysis and whatnot, and it can be used in the same type of ways that copper is. What up, John? Graphene. Okay, the Swiss franc. Let's look for images of it. I mean, not the Swiss franc. No way. Check out this dude's freaking hair. The Swiss franc only had around 200 counterfeits in the entire world. It looks freaking difficult. Yeah. Silver is going to be where they go. And I think 2027, like we just saw, Big John. I'm also I'm no investing Jesus, but refineries. That's wrong. It sounds yeah. They actually halted sriracha production, I think, a few years ago because the city was concerned being air being too spicy. Yeah, doesn't seem like it is. No, it didn't. I think the government is trying to stop production because they want to push silver instead of sriracha cow poop iron. YouTube keeps messing with me. I might be taking a break for a while. Voluntary or involuntary. Oh, John, there's a good movie named 97%. It's incredible explanation of the currency. All right, we'll check it. What up, freak out? Currently, only tool made for graphene batteries, about 18 volt. All right, let's do that then. All right, let's see. Graphene batteries. Spicy air. Yeah, it's not scalable, as said, right? What up, Azal? Ben Guran. Bosnian mark is also a very cool currency. In fact, there's multiple varieties. In fact, grab a taco and a beer. What up, the core brother? How are you, my friend? Most of these people talk about graphene don't even know what the word scalable means. It's all right. There are definitely more than 3 people. Yeah. The counter don't work. People working at a sriracha plant stand up more. Graphene, Israeli currency celebrating static electricity. Is it true? Okay, let's see. Whether you did. Okay, not graphene. Rafting batteries. All right, graphene batteries, a 1 atom thick sheet of carbon to enhance energy storage. They offer significantly fast charge times, greater densities, longer lifespans, and improved thermal info of the lithium ion batteries. Okay, that's fine what the limitations are. Limitations. Okay, exorbitant manufacturing costs, mass production scalability issues, and electrode instability. Lab tests show promise for energy storage and speed. The technical economical barriers delay their widespread commercial use. Okay, energy intensive chemical vapor deposition, because this can cost hundreds of thousands of dollars per kilogram, rendering true graphene heavy batteries unviable for mass market electronic vehicles. While incorporating as a structural framework and charge speeds, graphene best sells lower charge capacity and overall energy density. So they're not up to even lithium ion battery standards yet. I'm good, just off to bed. All right, brother. I'm glad you stopped in, my friend. Then again, I suppose most people eat spicy, not breathe spicy. It's raining. Yeah, it's dry. It's supposed to rain a lot here tomorrow here in Georgia. I remember what the year was, but I remember the local news living in California at the time. Sriracha plants were surrounding the area. Is that Trump? I didn't see him. All night. Please stop asking too many questions. We don't want to end up assassinated. Instead of the usual President King's people, Bosnian Mark. Bosnian Mark. Bosnian Mark. Okay. Bam. Bosnian Mark. There's local people, such as musicians and others. Anybody eats sriracha to be good. I don't eat it. Limitations, there's no mass scale productions. Yeah, right. Well, it looks like it uses too much power to create the bulk graphene, and you can't use high voltages to charge at a decent capacity. You can't raise the voltages to charge it to a capacity of the size you would need, and there's a lot of error in deposition. So once you have what they were talking about with electrode stability, so you have a little error, and then it even though it's carbon, it carbonizes and it causes fracture and short circuit. They had capabilities still have a decade or two to go. I think it'll happen. I think. I mean, we'll get there. I think we're definitely going to the silver carbon battery. The core. That's cool when you see images of it. Sriracha lotion. Jesus Christ, Lord. Most people sit in the sriracha rabbit hole end up in a rabbit hole. Theoretically enough science to get better with that. The electric batteries, live inhibitors, though. I'm eating sriracha boiled fish, so it's spicy. Marcus Foodie. Democrats like dug themselves into a hole with sriracha. Anyone else can encourage them to get older? No, it's not. How far back am I? I'm not too far. Myth is a myth. We're not alone. This is what means by graphing is not skill. Yeah. Sorry, Donut. Don't hunt. Phone slipped my hand. I meant massive mistake. The 10 mark is your favorite. Oh. Here we go. See if I can zoom in on this. Oops. Oh. Let me find a better one here. The 10 mark. All goody. With this knowledge, you might be followed everywhere. Tell us where you hide your stash. Does EV scooter bikes, the Chinese lithium batteries blow up and all that? Yeah, they blow up a lot. We have a lot blowing up here in Atlanta. How's it going? Good, Hleb. How you doing, my friend? The maximum charge level is 18 volts, been utilized by companies for cat power drills. Problem is, isn't scalable. Maximum is 18 volts. Are we not alone? The Sriracha Gray Aliens. DB Cooper stash. Costa Rican sloth note encourage you to spend slowly. Is it? I didn't even know about that. Costa Rican sloth note. Costa Rican. We also have to deal with counterfeit notes. No freaking way. No way. It showcases musician, which I believe passed a few years ago. Look how they changed the size of the serial number, how they have different font sizes on its way up. Walt's have ears. The musician is on the trail. Okay, let's see. He didn't die. Bosnian $10 mark. 10 mark note. Bosnian 10 mark note. Okay, Cavern Tabinia Marca notes two distinct. The Medamedala Maktazar and Medieval Tombstone is depicting Alexa Santik, a loaf of bread. Both are tied to the euro at 1 Kroger. Convertka mark out to 0.51 euro. Because it's politically decentralized, the Bank of Bosnia have two visually different banknotes. 10,000 mark. Or no, 10 convertible marks. I don't know what KM meant. Is worth $5.50. It's a coloring book. Pedro Bear, hey, I got a question. Why do they sell 12 pot hot dogs in a pack and only fit 8 in my fart box? There's Moon Pie from Charlie the Chocolate Factory, Mandela Effect or not? I never even heard about it. The Moon Pie? Was there a Moon Pie? Charlie and the Chocolate Factory Moon Pie. He receives a Whipple Scrumptious Fudge Mallow Delight, which visually resembles a moon pie. It's resulted online saying they remembered a chocolate bar instead. I could have sworn it was a chocolate bar. Sriracha aliens tip the problem shows. So you need to read my nick correctly. Hleb. Most English speakers users can't do that. HLEB. 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 Gleb. G and Belarusian. My neighbor was from, oh no, not Belarus, was from somewhere else in Russia. They came over here in the 90s or 80s. I think it was 84. When someone bought Foods Fortuner, a counterfeit notes caught when they made a habit of printing more counterfeit. Stop saying that every person dies in a tragedy. Some people got the guts to do it. Also, 200 euro are my favorite. And also, when I count them for the older series of 500 as well. It's not a tragedy. The only China developing its stack and computer chip stacking means less precious metals. Yeah, it looks like Intel tried to do that, called the ZRAM, where they stacked the chips on top of each other. It looks like AMD's about to try to do that too, or has, I mean, to produce it. Search, type Charlie the Chocolate Factory moon pie scene. I can't play it. It's copyrighted. I do remember moon pie from the movie at all. Me neither. Me neither. I showed my leftist girlfriend the light. I'm sitting too casually. I got my knees up here. Yeah, sorry. She was left. She was a heavy left, and I showed her everything she's being blinded from. I think a lot of people. I'm Russian, but Belarus is meant to bread too. So my neighbor was from. They worked at the Institute of. Damn it! I cannot remember what the name. It was a science institute. Damn it! Oh, skipping, I'm missing it. What's the worst thing about a gay Hispanic barbecue? Oh, the sriracha hot dog tastes like it. Damn it! Meaning of Belarus. Belarus is a landlocked country. White Russia. White Russian. Bela meaning white. Rush meaning illegal snobs. Bred from. Bred to. If a Scar killed Simba on a curve, it would be the Lion King this day. Let me think. What was the name of it's a scientific institute that this was back during the Soviet Union days, but I think it's still there, and it's in Siberia. I can't even remember the name. Damn it. But they taught me to say spasiba. Did you know that 200 euro has most security features in a banknote? 200 euro note. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's little. It's little. There you go. People who have never seen The Lion or King of the Saints. People who have seen it are like demons. Oh, I cannot remember the name. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Science Institute, Russia. Not dance. Not Moscow. Damn it. Novosibirsk. That's what it was. Sorry, Novosibirsk. White Russian, the dude's favorite. The dude abides. I took my kid to see The Lion King and couldn't get a doctor at left wing because he became gay. You have to find TF Messiah. The guy like what Mike Wan of the something could be like boring as much I have old age. Who Obi-Wan? It's in Yakutsk. No. Yakutsk is freaking the coldest place on earth that people live year round. We watched a video on that not too long ago. Not too long ago. All right, let's see. Let's see. All right, let's watch something. Wind the stream down. Mike Hunt. Please forgive my shins. Please forgive me for my sins. Okay, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. What? No way. Trump declares 2 Democrat senators illegitimate. Hard election fraud result. That was 27 minutes ago. Actually pretty cool. Novosibirsk and Yakutsk are 2 different cities. Yeah. They lived in Novosibirsk till the I want to say 19. No, maybe it was 1994. And then they immigrated from Novosibirsk to Erie, Pennsylvania, and then they came down here to the Atlanta, Georgia area, where he died like 2 years ago. Turbo cancer. People need to be forgiven for their supposed good deeds. I used to be a good kid. It's weird how Disney blatantly ripped off Lion King from Japanese. Brother, they do that all the time. They do. Have you ever seen animation reuses from Disney? I want to say it was The Lion King and Yogi Bear. Yogi Bear? Not Yogi Bear. Pooh Bear. Pooh. They walk the same path. They like all characters on screen do the same movements. They just replaced the characters, but they had the same movements, the same gesticulations. That's the one thing we agree on. Kimber. Ken Paxton's also being investigated for voter fraud. Jeez. And this is my state too, Georgia. No good deed goes unpunished. What up, 98? All right, do we want to watch that? All right, we'll do one more politics thing. Then we'll do something fun.
It's Joe Biden, who gave an on-camera confession.
We have put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics.
So he admitted it.
Pooh Bear.
And you didn't need Joe Biden to admit it because you have eyes and a functional brain. And you watched agents of Joe Biden stuff drop boxes from coast to coast with mail-in ballots. You watched them steal mail-in ballots directly out of mailboxes on Ring cameras. You watched CNN accidentally catch mass voter fraud in Ohio when they found a woman just randomly using a minivan full of ballots to stuff a drop box. They got embarrassed and ran away. It was a rigged and stolen election.
You know what really good
and
cameras
time
back cartoon
will certainly tell how bad it really was, but I am making a bet that it was the worst in the state of Georgia. Georgia is a red state. Georgia has been a red state for as long as I've been alive and as long as you've been alive. Georgia had 2 Republican senators in 2020. And it voted for Donald Trump by 10 points the election before and 10 points in 2024. But somehow it flipped for Joe Biden. Not on election night, of course. A water main had to burst. Pallets of ballots had to be pulled out and dragged out from underneath tables.
Pallets of ballots.
They got the job done.
They have the smartest high-paid writers in the world. Seems unnecessary, like a Ferrari ripping you off a Yugo.
0.02%.
Yeah.
It's always 49, right? Always 49. It's always the special number that they choose to plug into the machines, and the machines got it done in the state of Georgia, and also got it done where Democrats were able to steal 2 Senate seats. Look at that, 49 to 51, 49 to 50.6. It was so, darn it, it was so close. These guys that nobody's ever heard of, John Ossoff, Raphael Warnock, those 2 are real creepy monsters.
Clippity-clop, bang, bang.
Look a little bit into their past. And what will we find if we look into their past?
Drive-by.
Well, we'll find that these aren't fair elections. And
so one of the most interesting things was the day after the election, they started promoting the most fair and safe election we've ever had, when they didn't even have time to look into if there was anything unfair or unsafe about it. It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
This is why libs are panicking, because Donald Trump is actually looking into this. Because Donald Trump was gone after in Fulton County, and because they tried to secure enough evidence to put Donald Trump in prison, they actually had to maintain all of the ballots.
Yeah, that was a good one.
For this election. Normally, they would be able
Ultraman is who ended up being Mega Man, right? Or was it from? No, it went from Ultraman in like the 60s, I think, to Mega Man when that was made in like the late 80s, early 90s.
Discard the ballots after a certain amount of time and get rid of them. But they actually have all the evidence for this election sitting in a warehouse, and the feds raided it and took all of that evidence. Tulsi Gabbard was there. What does Tulsi Gabbard say about the findings in this massive FBI raid of Fulton County?
I've got a long list of things that we're investigating. We have the best of the best going after this. Election integrity being one of them.
Brother, no. Sorry, no. I'll be going out tomorrow. Today I had a We got the dumpsters delivered yesterday, and I had a bunch of work to do, but I'm going out tomorrow, brother. I'll check to see. I'll go to my P.O. box and see if anything happened, if it hasn't showed up yet. We'll find out. We'll find out tomorrow. And showed them all of the smoking cigarettes and putting them out in ashtrays. They used to allow smoking on airplanes back then, even though we had smoke lounges in senior high. Yeah. My first year of high school was the last year they had smoking in high school.
Evidence of how these electronic voting systems have been vulnerable to hackers for a very long time, and vulnerable to exploitation to manipulate the results of the votes being cast.
Oh, so you can manipulate the results of the votes being cast, and you can give us just sort of these like perfect algorithm elections where you just end up with 49 to 51 every single time, 49 to 51 every single time. Just like a perfect, almost like you punched the numbers into a machine and you got a mathematic equation, and there you go. So Tulsi Gabbard admitted this. Now, a few days ago, a leaked FBI internal memo reveals that they're sending nearly 300 agents to Fulton County in response to the raid in January pertaining to the 2020 election. The memo states that a July 17th deadline, we're expecting to see some sort of movement by then. Democrat officials are preparing for outcomes that include criminal charges. The memo to the FBI says this is a priority investigation. Given the presence of the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, in the first raid, it's believed that this case will be related to the grand conspiracy probe as well.
Yes, I remember you, brother.
Quietly,
I remember.
The stage.
Smoking arcades or outdoor parks, boy, because the case.
And now Donald Trump announces this. President Trump will be making a speech to the nation on Thursday evening at 9 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so that's in 2 days' time. What will that speech be about?
Oh.
Well, it's been leaked that President Trump's speech to the nation
I remember
be
you,
about
brother.
Declassified intelligence reports that reveal foreign nations' plan to interfere in the 2020 election. The president will be joined by CIA Director, Director of National Intelligence, FBI Director, and the Department of Homeland Security Director, Mark Wayne Mullen. Oh my. You can see here, Trump claimed declassified intel reveals 2020 election interference and theft. Oh my goodness.
All right, I'm not watching this crap, but yeah. Hopefully, we'll see something interesting. Yeah. It's like, get to the point. Like one of these days, I gotta start a politics channel, and just freaking get to the point. Won't make no money. You're welcome, brother. You're welcome, my friend. What would happen if nobody voted? They would just appoint the next person in line. Well, what would happen is only the people that listen. The Republicans and Democrats definitely have voters, like they people that work in their not congregations. Campaigns and stuff that would vote. So that's what it would be if every American did not, like every citizen American didn't vote. They would have like a 48 to 48 vote, for the 48 people that work for this guy, 48 people that work for this guy. So that's basically, it would be their employees who want to keep getting paid. So it would be a very, very, very small election, but somebody would still win. The whole reason the Democrats said 2020 was the most free and fair election is because they knew it wasn't, and January 6th was direct result of that election fraud. You're welcome, brother. There you go, brother. Papa in the hat. What up, Hodge? Everybody knows. 2020, including Democrats, none of them really big. Right, yeah. Listen, I live in Georgia. It was so obvious. That's why they visited Georgia, because it was super obvious. And people absolutely talked openly about it. What up, hello? I ain't seen you in a while. Very funny streamer. Papa Bear. Funny streamer. Two of these conservative YouTubers are running on hopium. Everybody knows the 2020 election was stolen. It's a setup. They call it a protest. Thank you. I got some energy. Everybody knows the election of January 6th is more than warranted. Thank you, Just Edits, brother. Thank you, my friend. Okay, what can we find? Hey, Shiraj. If Shiraj is here, you're on the front page again. How's your wagon joke biz? Doing good, Mr. Palad. Doing good. So we have a really cool HOA here. So we give like $150 a year per house. And we get two big ass dumpsters that I get put in front of my house because I dumpster dive. So they pay for that $150 from each house pays for the dumpsters to be there, and then any money that's left over, they have a big party every year. Joe Biden told us in the speech 9 people died on January 6th. They were all cops, etc. But the truth is only one pipe. Ashley Babbitt. That's right. That's right. Yeah, bro. My bulldog can beat your bulldog, Mississippi State. Oh. Yeah, we got a lot of freaking Georgia Bulldogs, flags and freaking concrete cast Bulldogs in their yards and stuff. I'll make a video tomorrow. I have to go up to one of my neighbors. I have to do some work at her house. Oh, their house, the husband and wife. Let's see. 2-day workshop. 2-day workshop on gender equity and inclusion in judicial. Is that? That's freaking crazy. 2-day workshop on gender equity and inclusion in judicial service. All right, brother Justin. Have a good night, my friend. All right. Yeah, this was so crazy. Rich, have you seen it yet? I have not watched it yet. Yeah, I want to be able to. On Friday, I hope to get some time in the next couple of days to see it while it's still in the theater.
I saw a bull bison approach. He grabbed his camera and started shooting.
You can see these two people walking along the perimeter road of the campground, and they take out their phones and get some pictures or video. And as soon as the bison stands up, the grandfather, he's like, we're out of here. Let's go.
After a white pickup passes, the bison springs up and charges toward the pair as they hid behind trees.
After the second
he was heading for the truck.
Bison finally caught up to the grandfather, hooked him, and threw him up in the air.
They know one Austin. That's terrible acting. I saw previous. Looks like crap. That's when he put down his camera and went to help.
I charged the bison, yelling and screaming and kind of trying to put my camera up in the air. And a bunch of other men joined me, and we successfully hazed the bison off of the victim.
He says emergency vehicles arrived within 10 minutes. According to the park's website, bison run 3 times faster than humans, weigh up to 2,000 pounds, and visitors are
Take it easy.
at
Hello.
least 25
I'm a big fan of George
away.
Washington, but I don't believe the movie
This is the
Injustice.
second documented
We did have
bison
electoral
attack
college
in
in
the
only
park
4 of these
this
states
year.
determined
Park
California,
officials
Texas,
say
Florida.
bison will defend their space when threatened, but according to McLeod,
what's the deal with the pipeline avoidance rate at Hormuz? This is why those surrounding countries are now attacking into Iran, because it's costing them a lot of money every day. And if they finish that pipeline, then, it's going to be, if they don't bury it, they're dumb, because it's definitely going to be hit by drones and whatnot. And then that's going to, what a mess. I just want to know what a particular aspect we're dealing with here. Of what? You need to apparently forgot Trump had fake electors in 84 to be exact. It's July 2024. The all trail date will be set up. A trail date? A trial date. Apparently forgot that Trump had fake electors. 84? I have no idea. I never heard about that before. Did Trump have 84 fake electors? Oh, I spelled electors wrong. There you go. Yes, there were 84 fake or alternate electors associated with Donald Trump. 7 background states. 84 individuals signed false certificates claiming Trump won their state votes, even though official results showed Joe Biden won those states. The fake certificates were sent to Mike Pence as part of his efforts to challenge delay certifications. This was coordinated by Trump allies, Rudy Giuliani, and as a broader attempt to overturn the election results. The strategy relied on the Eastman memos to create competing slates that could be used by Congress or Pence. Yeah, I'm not voting for Trump in 2028. The United States is not a democracy. It's a representative constitutional republic. That's correct. Slicing with the electoral college is all about the vote around. Why is Trump charged 20% toll straight up music? Ain't nobody going to want that. Do you think America should just pay it out of the pocket? Do you think, we're going to have a hell of a lot of boats there that have to run fuel, that have to be full of Navy and Marines to protect everybody. So that's going to cost the American taxpayer to make sure that oil can get out of the Middle East to the rest of the countries of the world. So if we don't do it and these boats keep getting blown up, then the world doesn't get oil out of the Middle East. And if we do it and don't charge for it, then we have to eat that. We have to basically be the police, and we're not supposed to be the world police. What's the hell that's the name of the freaking conglomeration, the world, blah, 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 blah. That's supposed to be the world police that we pay a lot for every year, and they don't do anything. They're the ones that are supposed to be the world police, but they're not helping. So we have to do it. So that's going to cover the cost and plus some. But that's what it's supposed to do. Kelsey Grammer, Antico's a big place. No problem. What Democrats are proposing that we do eliminate the electoral college vote, which is based on the majority of states, is based on the majority of the county's jurisdiction in the states. Yeah, that's what they're talking about, getting rid of or stacking it somehow. The United States is not popular vote, now democracy. Democracy is 51%. Yeah. Thank you, brother. Hopium. Democrats want to turn the United States to Democratic socialists. Yeah, the problem with the Democrats right now, for the Democrat voters, is the whole communism, socialism thing. That's what Obama was talking about when he said he was fundamentally transform the United States. And probably up like 20 feet. Bro, what did you say? I exit by accident? Did I? Sorry, brother. If I got Trump water, you wouldn't have freedom of speech right now. Kamala would be out below it. But yeah, I agree. Deb still cheated by mail-in votes, late drops of votes. Yeah. I live in Georgia, where a lot of that happened very, very obviously. People talked about very, very obviously. You can get $800 to drop off 800 votes or 80 votes. $800 for eight votes. There was meth heads that were found and were arrested that had 900 ballots, Joe Biden ballots, in his backpack. In Georgia here. It's like, so like they had the meth heads. They were like, hey, you're going to be up at 4:00 in the morning. Go stop. No matter what anyone tells you, he's still a Democratic Republic. You can't run again. No, he's not running again. Never got not. What up, Stuart? The UN, the United Nations. Yes. NATO, United Nations. Yes. Man, I'm way far behind. Jeez. Dems want to stack the courts for racial judges, radical judges. People want to eliminate electoral college. I have no idea. And didn't the U.S. Secretary Marco Rubio vehemently condemn Iran's plans to charge tolls? Declare right. Yes, he did. They're not contradicting themselves. Iran wasn't going to protect anybody. Iran was just going to charge tolls. But now Iran's going to try to blow up boats. So now people need to be protected. The world needs to be protected. And the only people that are willing to do it is America. So now this is what this is for. You have to understand how to play chess. Trump's doing this to say, listen, countries that are hurt by Iran doing this, step up, do your part, and we won't charge you. If we're the only country that are going to protect everybody, the Strait of Hormuz, from Iran, we're going to charge you for it. So get off your asses and help. That's what it's for. If the so Trump asks ever believe saying something is not true is an argument, but says that would be a fact. Something is not true. Whatever you want to believe, Cameron Diaz. I believe the truth, not fantasy. All the people must become out of government power positions at all costs. Sleepy Joe coming out of the basement, same place as last. Yes, sir, Jason. Same people that came out of Democratic Socialists want to textbook definition of socialism. They say they're not true. Yeah. Listen, this is why everybody's going to the Republicans, because Democrats now, current children Democrats, cannot win the vote back. Like, Democrats destroyed it, especially with Tim Walz signing a petition or a pardon for that child rapist. And then now people are like, okay, they're not serious. So now the Democrats have to win our votes back, and they're not doing it. They're just rude and saying stupid shit. So they're not serious. You think you're just being an asshole is going to say, okay, cool, you sound like a good person, I want to be on my team? No, it's not the way it works. That's the way it worked for a long time. That's not the way it works anymore. Leftists tell you that the state's democracy is constitutional republic. Right. Nowhere in the documents you find democracy. I hear Grancy Lamb Sutton, also called by Russell Cruz. What's up, Colonel? The fact that Democrats say the United States is not true democracy. Yeah, I said that, brother. Electoral College. Shut up. Hello, I'm from Russia. What do you think will win the special? Who do you think will win in a special? Military sources. Kind of messed up. Supporting a pedophile is a good way to go straight to hell. Trump's pedophile. Brother, then why did a Democrat just sign a freaking pardon for a convicted child rapist? Why? You tell me that. If Trump's protecting pedophiles, why is the Democrats protecting pedophiles? Why is the guy who was supposed to be the Democrat vice president pardoning pedophiles? Tell me that. You tell me that. You can't tell me that because you're wrong. And I'm not going to vote for Trump, but I'm not going to vote Democrat until these people get out of the party. Republican tents are full of Democratic voters. Yeah, absolutely. Have gone socialist and communist now. The walk away movement. No, it's huge. 1 million people, 1 million registered Democrats left the Democratic Party and are now registered Republicans. That's crazy. The more Democrats walk away from the Democrat Party, the bigger the Republican tent gets. Yeah. He had no idea. He goes straight to saying crap because he has no clue. He doesn't have any idea what's going on. He's just repeating talking points like, hey, dude, go on the internet and say Trump pedophile, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, they got no proof. And they've tried. And we believed that for a while, but then we look into it. It's not true. And then freaking this happens. And then this happens. Where'd it go?
All right, this Democrat.
Let's see. Delusion. Playlists. They had the Epstein file stored at Biden administration. Right. Why didn't they release it? Why? If they could have got rid of all of MAGA, they should have done it. They didn't do it. Now they lost to. The Republicans paid us wide California passed SB. Right. The true believers of Chad else doesn't based on logical reasons. Leftists. I blame Republicans after Minnesota fraud pissed me off. Became Republican, and a lot of people did, and a lot of people that were still hanging on left when Tim Walz pardoned that pedophile, child rapist. What I've heard of Mandami endorsed 3 Democrats have won their election congressional seats. They haven't won them yet. They won the primary, so they have to be elected by the people now. So the Democrats, a bunch of Democrats got in line to say who's going to run against the Republicans, and the ones that he endorsed won the primary, which means they're up in the election during the midterm. So they're going to go against the Republicans in the midterm. But yeah, they beat other Democrats. Can you believe Mitch McConnell was married to a honeypot his whole life? Yeah, that's crazy stuff, dude. Amount of frauds, man, billions of dollars. Man, what's your take on the upcoming midterm election? What side's going to win? I'm not Americans. So the Republicans are going to win, and I absolutely. I know I'm surrounded by Democrats, and none of them are voting Democrat. The Democrats that were staunch blue, no matter who Democrats, are like, we have to save the Democrat Party by voting Republican. That's the way, like, staunch, never voted Republican once in their life people are voting Republican to save the Democrat Party. That's the only way to save it, is to get rid of the people that are in it. It's crazy. Nick Shirley, New York City. Yeah, I saw that too. Democratic Party, New York City, San Francisco, Los Angeles. Yeah, it's obvious. Tweaker. The gerrymandering with the Republicans are going to win for sure without it. What up, Super Obama? Tim Walz looks like the kind of person he parts. It's so freaking crazy. Why the hell? And it's just like, it's like all the pedophile stuff that the left's been saying about the right, and the only evidence about people being for pedophiles is the left. It's like, how can the guy that was supposed to be vice president pardon a pedophile? How can Wiener pass a law that says that you can bang people under 18? That's crazy. That's pedophile stuff. People have had enough tampon, boys, bathroom, locker, schools, genetic males, boys. We hold on to the last 1,000 mistakes the retards make on the daily. Unintelligent, personal, and political fighters just don't vote ever. I mean, and a lot of people, it seems like, aren't. And I tell you what. What's going to make more people vote is if there's a revamp of our voting system. Because when Republicans win, they say the Democrats cheat. When the Democrats win, the Republicans say the Democrats cheat, vice versa. So if that gets revamped, I think people will do it just to try out the new voting method. I bet you there'll be freaking TikTok trends, be like, I'm gonna go vote with the new voting machines or something or whatever, and that's gonna happen. You have Democrats, you have influencers on TikTok saying, I'm in my Republican era. Democrats so 2020 or 2024. It's so crazy. Yeah, stop the cap, stop clear, Peter's on the right. Now, how is it clear? How is it clear? How is it clear? Listen, I would have agreed with you a year ago, but now I don't. Because you have Stephen Weiner had a law passed, written up a law. So if you were within 10-year age from like 24 to 14, you can have sex with kids and not get in trouble for it. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is pedophilia. There you go. Yeah, this right here is crazy work.
Just weeks ago, a convicted
people have had enough Democrats tax much for the boss rate
from deportation by the governor of Minnesota. Laotian national Tu Li Vang was convicted of repeatedly sexually abusing a 10-year-old girl in the state of Minnesota. He even tried to pay his victim for her silence, and he called his heinous crimes a minor thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Just days before this foreign sex offender was scheduled to be deported, Tim Walz, the governor, issued him a pardon, setting him free to once again endanger the children of America.
Yeah. Republicans are the problem.
His legal status in the United States, and as a result, federal agents took him into custody, and as of today, he has been removed from the United States. Because of our action, this foreign criminal will never
President Trump,
pose
not
a
a
threat
politician, get him
to
off
any
the
American ever again. Americans must never be forced by their elected leaders to live alongside foreign sex criminals who have no right to begin with to reside in our country.
It goes from between like I only got 2,500 subs, so it goes from like $800 to like $400. $800 to $400. I mean, I don't get videos, my like long form videos don't get over like 300 views. But that's YouTube. And then but if you want to know how much YouTube pays, it's definitely worth doing. If you're considering starting a YouTube channel, it's definitely worth doing. Absolutely. This has been,
administration will always stand with the American
OG kicks
and defend them from violence.
No problem, Mike. Thank you, brother, Mike. Yeah. And now it's so much easier to make money on the internet with like, you can become like I am an Amazon influencer. And so you get a percentage of the sales and then t-shirts, hats, stuff like that. So it's not too, the hard part is getting monetized, getting to the point that's monetized. Use the shorts a lot. Is definitely the fastest way to do it. Interesting because Trump pardoned the fake Elector 16 to be exact. They're not pedophiles. They're not pedophiles. Are they not making us assimilate them? Not for us. The white country, Western civilization that's white. Doesn't anyone remember the Democrats telling us to shut up? Epstein killed them. Doing good, Mike, brother. Yeah, affiliate marketing. So when you get over 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of watch time, companies start working with you. And I very rarely do, but one of the cool things is if I make a video that's got something that they work with, like if I am using a drill and it's like a DeWalt drill, it'll recognize it and you can click on the drill while you're watching the short and buy the drill, and I get like 20% of the sales or whatever. And so it'll find, I mean, you have to set it up, but it'll find anything that's in the shot that has commission on it. And it's not, you don't even have to say, hey, buy this drill. You'd be like, hey, I'm freaking building this right here. And it'll be like drill. Has anyone told you to look like Rodney Mullen? No, brother. I know exactly who Rodney Mullen is. I used to have, yes, someone has said that. Because I've had I have this conversation. I had a Rodney Mullen punk size, a Rodney Mullen back before boards were shaped the way they're shaped now, it was called a freestyle board. I had a Rodney Mullen freestyle board. I remember about Democrats, about Epstein. Yeah. I wouldn't know. So of course, I wouldn't know how to start. Just curious, appreciate your honesty. No problem, brother. No problem. Last time I seen you, you were on your way to pick up Florida. How the floor turned out? Good. Floor turned out really good. Really, really, really good. Really good. Yeah, I got a video. If you go on the videos, you can see most of it done. I think I have it all the way up there. Oh, in the shorts, I got the whole thing. Companies pulled all their advertising dollars out of games, shifted them to YouTube. Yeah, YouTube's definitely, listen, if you've got any hobby, other people in the world will have that same hobby, no matter how wackadoodle it is. And if you start filming that, like whatever you enjoy doing, other people will there's other people in the world that enjoy that. There's an audience for everything. And it's got to be, it's bad. Do you recall the guy, very cool guy, educated guy by the Ollie? I remember buying Thrasher magazine, an independent magazine, and seeing Rodney Mullen, like Ollie 3 feet over a ceramic cow. I remember that was like the first 3 foot Ollie. I got LVL, yeah. Luxury laminate. Luxury vinyl laminate is LVL. Some people are all about 4 salesmen in the house. Yeah, it's pretty freaking crazy. How many hours a week, month or two? So I put in a lot. Like I do like 4 or 5 hour streams, use 4 to 5 hour streams every night. And then, I mean, I film a lot of like shorts. It only takes me less than a minute to film them and post them, and you know, so it's very easy to do in between your time. And like when I'm done, like so now I left the movie industry to do this full time. And so when I left the movie industry, I went around to all my neighbors and I said, hey, if there's anything that you would pay anybody else for, let me give you a quote. So I basically handyman around my neighborhood, my own, you know, just my neighbors, and give them good deals on everything. And that, and then now that I'm monetized and whatnot, that's making me enough money to keep me going. And I'm growing every day. So it's what I'm working on it. 4 covered salesman. That's right. Most people Sims living vicariously through content creators like Lovely Blood. She's my idol. One of the only genuine people I've ever seen on here. Good on you, man. Hey, no problem, brother. No problem. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, my friend. All right, we're gonna watch something. We're gonna sway away from politics now. We're gonna get into something fun. Something fun here. It's Crack-a-Doodle. That's what I do. I logged in for years. That's what I do. I logged for years. Injured, shifted electrical apprenticeship and handiwork on the side. So I did. I've done the same. I did IT wise. So I did high voltage 480 volt, low voltage and fiber optic wiring, fishing and pulling. When I was doing that and doing IT work, setting up networking switches and whatnot, I get the call to be like, hey, you want to work at Tyler Perry Studios? I said, sure. They're like, be here freaking Monday at 5:45 a.m. That took me on a whole journey, but it's a lot of fun. I've never done any logging, but I'd like to give it a try. The crazy thing, leftist Trump Democrat types have this chat, shallow vows, stupid words. Jeez, dude. You were squished by a log. Jeez, I'm in Western Canada. I was an old growth timber logger, man. All right. See, jeez, squished by a log. Yeah, they wanted her to win, that's for sure. Okay, let's see. They definitely wanted her to win. All right, let's see. All right, we're gonna watch beauty stuff. We're gonna wind down the night. Logging is freaking hardcore.
Eyebrows that grow out like really weird. Like I have never had a unibrow, but I have my eyebrow growing in like all the way to my eye. My eyebrows have grown out so much, and today I'm going to be attempting to thread them by myself. So this is the machine. It's a personal threader. I have to say I've never successfully
This is going to end up horrible. Douglas Fir got the better of me. My ex broke up with me because I kept squishing her with my...
Let's get into it. I think if I hold it like this...
Nah, she's going to pull out a bunch of eyebrows.
It should be okay. Oh no, it's going so fast. Okay. I'm scared. I feel like it's going to hurt. Oh. Oh my god.
It works.
Yeah, so I guess I'm gonna be drawing my eyebrows in for a bit.
Brow lamination melted my brows off. It's terrible lighting. Let me try and get close up for you.
No, not his toilet
See, like,
log. Oh,
the gap
logs.
and then
I love
just-
chainsaws, hate trees.
It's like nothing left.
What if you like logging?
So I'm gonna attach pictures while I talk because
All right. You got me. All right. Hold on. Let's look up a felling video. Helicopter logging in Canada. Okay. All right. Logging in Canada. All right, let's see. Hey, Rich, do you think about selling your own honey? There's a guy on YouTube dresses like a knight and sells products, hot honey. So I've seen him. It's brilliant. Mike is on TV, helicopter logging. All right, hold on. Let me get some freaking. Jeez. Mike is on TV. Okay. All right. Hold on. We'll watch this, then we'll watch yours. Unfrickin' believable. I don't have hives. No, That's freaking crazy. All right. Mike is on TV. All right. Drunk prank. All right, here we go. Oh, it's a Bucker Ripper rig. And the train tracks have some of these on helicopters video. I wouldn't expect that the value, I mean, in renting a helicopter or a pilot to do this, like, it's worth each log. What's each log worth? Honey has infinite lifetime. Jeez. Copyrighted. You're gonna get me copyrighted. Yeah. I can't have the music playing. It does. It showed it up. Yeah. Red Cedar's worth a fortune. Yeah, you got Jackal in the background. I mean, I guess. I'm trying to think of what an hour of helicopter time. That's all right. About 12 hours of maintenance ever helicopter use. I'm not sure what it's called now. Red Gold. That was a terrible song. You thought. Yeah, I can hear you. Jackal, come on, brother. Is that you with the cigarette hanging out of your mouth? You're filming it. Summer of 2013. It's a long time ago. It's like 12,000 hour fuel. And the logs are worth, like, how many logs do you pull in an hour? Can you whisper in the mic and tell me that you love me? Yep, I can help you out, brother. That's me as a kid pounding wedges. And you got between the fell and the ground. Every year, everyone has a helicopter that trims the tree drops over the train tracks. Probably $10,000 an hour minimum for a helicopter. Millions of dollars an hour in timber. Wow. Gee, I mean, they're doing it, so it's got to be worth the money. theater. $1,000 plus the hour insurance if you're a charge pilot. Right. I made $75 an hour at 18. Nice. Damn. That's Canadian dollars. This girl was just like, there he is. That's Big Mike. Not that Big Mike. Nice. Wedging logs. The dollar was closer to par back then. How long was a day? 10 hours? 12? I guess probably only during... You got started at, what, 6 a.m.? 125 pounds soaking wet in boots. There he is. Making the money. 10 to 14 hour days. Look at that freaking steel saw. Yeah, there's some big freaking sweat. Use helicopters, pull telephone poles where I live. They left on the ground more than I've guesstimated. What up, B2B? Hey, no problem, brother. No problem. No problem. No problem. All right. Now we're going to watch these
Makes
chicks.
it a little bit easier to understand, but this was my brows before. You see, those are not the same. This is before having any treatment done. This is about an hour after. You can clearly see just how sore they're looking. Like, I still have hairs at this point, but they were burning. And they're a little blurry, but I think this is
She
my
lost
most
her
recent
hair.
picture, like, since they've started coming off, because they're still coming off now. Okay, I'm actually going to make a part two.
That's
where
what I
explain it
have.
better and in more detail, but those are before, during, and after.
Thank you,
and
brother.
yeah, you can see why I'm never getting brow lamination again.
I relaxed my eyebrows and this is what happened. I lost hair and that is blood, by the way. So everything was going good. I started by cleaning my eyebrows with micellar water and I'm using the olive relaxer. I mixed the...
She's trying to be an influencer. Like, look how awesome and professional I am. My eyebrows came off. I just bought one of those easy pull low compression start with a built-in chain adjustment mechanism. Yeah. I'm in Georgia. I'm in Georgia. There's no movie industry really left in California.
Activator and relaxer together. Yeah. Don't mind me, I was just goofing around. Then I applied Vaseline on my brows before going in with the relaxer. Then I left it for just 4 minutes. I think 3 minutes, not even up to 4 minutes. My hair was pulling out. You can literally hear my alarm ringing, so you know I did not leave it for longer than I was supposed to. Here, I almost cried. I'm such a crybaby. I was bleeding because I had a pimple on my brow when I applied the relaxer. As for the hair loss, I do not know what caused it, but I absolutely love the result and we'll be trying this again.
Yeah, dude, I know. I hate that stuff. Yes, they do, B2B. Yes.
Just go and get the extensions if you want them and to not do it yourself.
Wagwan Islanders family, welcome
back. Family. Welcome.
If you have watched part 1, then you already know that we have been.
Yeah. Well, there was in Maryland too, but and there's a little bit in LA and whatnot now in Hollywood. Yeah, sure, and for the taxes and whatnot, but Maryland, where I'm from originally, when they called it the Hollywood of the East, now they call this Y'allywood. Down here in Georgia, because when I was in Maryland, they had tax benefits for the film industry. And then the Democrats came in and said, no, we're taking the money because we're spending all the freaking money on other bullshit. And then, so the movie industry moved down here and put billions of dollars into this area down here. All the girls' hair's curlers do it stores. They burn their hair off. Yeah, it's fun to watch. What's going on? She's trying to get Jericho. She voted for Kamala. We have a bit of a movie industry in Vancouver. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff's done in Canada to get that look, especially like around Vancouver. Americans like to film up here, tax breaks, cheaper for the dollar, right? Yeah, that's why Mr. Beast films up in Canada too. They spell stupid amounts of money. Stupid stuff. A lot of money. A lot of money they spend.
Getting into some things of the most creative DIY experiments. And when I say creative, I mean people have been testing their own confidence when it comes on to trying some things at home. Yes. Now, in the first video, if you don't watch it, just put the link in my description box.
I've never been
we spoke
out there.
about teeth whitening hacks, hair removal tricks, tanning fields, and some bold color hair loss transformation, unfortunately. And if that wasn't already enough excitement, the internet said, you know what, hold my beer. We're not done as yet. Because today, guys, in part 2 of my beauty hacks that has gone
Richard voted Democrat. He also loves some APAC. Basically, here we started watching DCR back in the 70s. As a place called
that included.
Yes, that's where I was. I remember Mr. Ray's hair weave. Absolutely.
Lashes, brows, skincare, and you know, all of that shenanigans. And that is one area I don't think that people should be playing around with. They should be so much careful, because anything that is happening here, the eyes are just the face directly.
Yeah.
We are talking about problem. And before we jump in, let me ask you once more. Have you ever attempted a
Squirtle? It's our Jamaican friend. That's right. What a political mess there. I agree. It's a freaking mess. It's a mess.
Any DIY beauty treatments at home or even a salon that later end up making you realize that you might have been a little bit too ambitious. Of course, guys,
a little bit too ambitious.
Share at least one of your stories.
Yeah, you got
just chop it up, because me know say at least
we didn't do much better, but you guys, man, I mean, we were heading off a cliff. We've got a lot of at least a lot of growth happening. You guys gave away all your gold. Like, you guys don't have any gold reserves in Canada. Like they robbed you guys blind. Politics is very chill. Everyone gets along. It's the only amount of neighborhood actors words every year. Last guy I vote for, a banker. My neighborhood is the Central Congo. Interested in dating you. My neighbor is from Central Congo. That's right. How you doing, Central Congo girl? Yeah, it's definitely sad.
At one point or another, we've all been there, and we actually.
I keep a good attitude, even though, I mean, I swapped sides, and the freaking leftists are definitely hateful as dog shit. But I think that's besides the stuff I mentioned earlier. That's why most people are leaving. I think people are tired of being mad all the time, and they're like, well, at least we can be happy over here on the right.
The question, why did I do this? Before we jump into this video, guys, be sure to like this video for your girl. Of course, you know, it's easy and it's free. With that being said, let's get into today's video.
I've been hearing about the latest trend for brow lamination, and I figured I definitely want to try that. So I went.
Country bumped their heads, gave themselves some pew-pews.
It's not good.
Doctors from Haiti?
It's not good.
Making voodoo doll on you.
I look.
Cheers! Earthquake
like
has been happening. U.S., California, Indonesia, more time. It's smelling, man.
This is after I asked her to cut them.
Good.
Because they were up to here. I said, the brows can't take over my face. I look like a monster. Look at this. What is?
Yeah, I'd be careful saying that too, especially in freaking
What
Canada.
is going on here? Ladies and gentlemen, do not listen to TikTok. Brow lamination is not the way to go. It's not.
Buyback program didn't work like the media said it did.
I look permanently angry and lopsided and confused all in one. I'm trying to wash them off, but they are just, I don't know what to do anymore.
I am not even a victim of overplucking, but I am a victim of the fact that I have no eyebrows. And is this ill-advised? Maybe, but I'm dyeing my own goddamn eyebrows today because so many of you, every time you see me going to the mall to have my eyebrows threaded and dyed, you say you can do that at home. And you know what? Guess what? I am doing it at home today. Okay, let's do this. I got a kit from Amazon. I don't know, it was like $9 and I can do this 4 times. Let's see if I can do it today and not look like, you know, the dog who has his eyebrows drawn on. It was resealable. Not anymore. There's instructions. Good enough. I feel like this is exactly what the girls at the eyebrow threading place do. and they're wonderful and they thread my eyebrows beautifully. However, it's summer break and I have 2 kids with me all of the time, and going to the mall with 2 kids and also Emily's 2 kids, because naturally we want to get our eyebrows done together, and one of us will watch the kids while the other one goes in, and the
what
other
am
one
I
will watch the kids while the other one
watching?
goes in. That's just not in the cards
Please
this
get it
summer,
right.
okay? Got it. Stop judging me. I have this little thing.
All right, I want
to empty
get
this
to the
capsule
point.
into here. Hold it in our mouth. Everything I do is ill-advised.
What are you doing?
1 capsule of hair dye. You're supposed to use the same amount of developer as dye. That looks right. This isn't Jessica proof. I swear to God, this is the same thing that the girls at the eyebrow salon do to me. And I loosely plucked my eyebrows, which means I plucked 3 eyebrows from each
Women will do
eyebrow,
anything to
because
look younger.
my
I hate
problem
when
is not
men
that I
younger,
grow
younger
too
women.
many
Yep.
eyebrows. It's that you can't see them on my face. And the girl at the eyebrow place tells me every time, no, honey, you need dark brown. So I bought dark brown. She's very sweet. She's not patronizing me. She's just being honest. I always ask for honesty. I'm starting to look like that dog with the eyebrows that are drawn on with Sharpie. And I've thought about getting my eyebrows microbladed. That feels like a commitment that I am not ready to commit to. I mean, I have no
She ain't
issues
heard
with
that
commitment.
word,
I've been
that
married
term
since
in
I
a
was
while.
20 years old. However, a tattoo on my face feels permanent. It quite literally would be pretty permanent.
I'm an older male. And
I'm
I
going
want
to take a
younger women.
Q-tip
I want
and
stuff
clean
it.
her up. I'm going to need more Q-tips. My eyebrows are not sisters, twins, cousins. They're not even in the same family tree, and I'm really scared. Let's wait 15 minutes and come back and see if I look like a crazy person. It has been 15
You
minutes
already
and I'm
look
growing
like a
concerned
crazy
that
person.
this dye is black. Let's remove it. Oh no.
What an idiot.
Oh no. Okay, well, let this be a lesson to you not to dye
Yeah,
your
I
eyebrows
see,
at home.
that's a lot, often really
do what
bad
I did.
idea. She's crying.
I seriously think
I used to date a girl, drew her eyebrows, or I licked my thumb.
lessons.
What I'm
Because
often
what am
probably
I
doing
gonna-
God's work.
What am I gonna learn? So, try some new shit.
Laminate.
I wanted to get my brows tinted, right? Like, I don't want to take any shape off. I just want to just tint it, and we can clean it up a little bit. Everything goes good. She's shaping
Towns Van
she's
Zandt
getting it
was one of the
right,
great
And I
songs.
walk out. And
You think so?
I look like the
My person to fight psychiatric meds.
You kind of have to laugh at yourself. Because that's what I'm doing right. I literally just called my sister.
The best is Towns Van Zandt.
Ain't no way. And my sister's trying to make it better. She was like, it's okay. It's going to go back out. It's going to go back out. No, I'm funny, but I got to walk around.
Jeez, dude. Yes, B, you gotta freaking refrain from that, dude. You're getting old.
God. Thank God my dad has good hair genes and I'm not worried because it'll grow back. But oh my God.
What up, Biff?
We crying right now. It's so...
Am I the only person whose brows completely fell off after they got them laminated? Because
I can't see what she did, but it sounds
I
like
didn't know this was a thing.
I didn't think it looked too bad. But it looks like she got her eyebrows dyed, but it dyed her skin too, and so like it looks really, really dark. Yeah, VD. I haven't heard that term in a while either. Venereal disease.
It makes sense because it's chemicals and I know that, but like I never heard anyone talk about this happening to them, but this is the only
She's
thing it could have
balding.
been.
Welcome
This is
back, Just.
before, This is after
Older
I got
women
them
have nothing to
laminated,
offer
like
unless they've
right
got money.
after.
It ain't coming off.
They don't look great.
No, it
I
ain't
know
coming
that.
off, I
It's
know.
fine. It was a one and done. But there's no makeup on my brows there. Like they were fluffy. They were thick. I've never had to fill in my eyebrows before until now. Now I have to fill them in every single day. I
Used
don't
to
know
be the
what to
same
do.
B2B on
And
the
it's
face. Can't
really,
straight to it.
really getting to me.
Yeah, she was. She was black. Yeah. I just imagine
Ow.
the doctor pressing her face.
I've
get
been
the
trying to
lamination
use like
machine.
Rogaine on my brows twice a day.
Rogaine?
I don't know what
dude,
else
I wish
to
you
do.
could have
I
heard the
really
shit
need
a girl say
advice.
last week.
Don't
I'm just
understand how
talking
we
about
got here.
drones
Y'all,
falling.
come with me to get my eyebrows laminated and going.
B,
Back into
you're
the front. Everything's
freaking
all good. This
nuts.
is my
Yeah,
before,
we're cool,
y'all.
brother.
This is my before. I don't got the thickest eyebrows, but I got a little something. So she's going through the process. Everything seems normal. In my head, I'm like, yeah, this is cool. Now, mind you, this whole time I'm recording, I'm not looking. I don't know what kind of stuff I was on, but I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna let her do her thing. No, I should have opened my eyes, because here is where we start to go wrong. Okay, boom. What is this? Why are you putting black on my eyebrows?
So
What is this shape?
freaking
What is this
crazy.
arch? What is this angle? But mind you, I'm not seeing nothing. Okay, so she's going through her process, and this is how I leave. This is how I leave. What? As in, I don't understand what is actually going. What? Look at it. Look. Jesus. So after scrubbing my eyebrows for like 3 days and trimming them myself, they finally look decent, but never again.
Who was going to tell me that you can't use retinol and get your eyebrows waxed? Who was going to tell me
So these girls are using.
Because my eyebrows.
You're the most famous person in
literally, they look great. But my flesh.
So she used Rogaine retinol, anti-zit cream. I ain't dating a chick, bro. Just smashed it. Brother, she's going to be around for 25 years. I need to make some nonsense rubble with its face, charge $99. That's all that's going on here. That's all it is. They're just saying it's a new thing. This is what you do. You come up with a $3 cream, and then you pay one influencer $500 to do it. And then every single influencer will be coming to you or buying your stuff to say, hey, oh my God, this works so good. Look what it did. Even though they're wearing filters and all kinds of stuff. It's the best cream ever. And then, bam, you're a millionaire. If you want to get laid, you can find it eventually. Wackadoos. You guys are wackadoos. God.
They've got like ointment on them because they're.
She's got chemical burns. See you next year. Have a great day,
Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Brow lamination has become very popular online. I'm not sure if you know, they are like the fluffy, brushed up brow look. That has really taken over social media. And when it's done correctly, it can really frame the face very beautifully, giving that a full kind of plush look.
I think it looks horrible. I need to get more. What up, Georgie? I need to get more into me again with the ladies look good and have a nice body. You need to figure yourself out. And then when you start doing stuff for yourself and making yourself kick ass and enriching your own life, then some girl will come on and attach to you instead of you finding some chick that's doing some wackadoodle stuff that you're trying to attach yourself to. Mustard and olive oil mixed together with a little bit of crushed up quartz crystals, $99. Next hustle, do it. I'll help you. How did you say that record literally thinks me hitting asylum patients? You sound like you're hitting asylum patients. Laminate my ding-a-ling.
Recreating that process has led to some people experimenting with strong gels or even hairstyling products that are not meant for your eyebrows. I
don't believe you. I do not believe you.
Thinner or finer than the hair on your head. So when products that are too strong are applied to those little thin, fine hair, then the results can become a little bit unpredictable.
Hold on. That's my fault. I had it all zoomed out. Hold on. Check this out.
So it can become a little bit unpredictable.
There ain't enough asylum.
Sometimes the brows end up stuck in one place. Sometimes they end up falling out, and then the vision that you were expecting just doesn't turn out. So that a fluffy look is trending, but sometimes achieving it requires patience than the internet really suggests.
Hey guys, just a little PSA. Be careful if you're considering getting.
Brother, listen. I understand. I'm talking about child. I'm talking about 100% judge said you're a pedophile, and a guy that was supposed to be in our federal government as our vice president saying it's okay, not somebody that served a bunch of years and possibly got falsely accused or whatever. I'm not worried about that kind of wackadoo stuff. I'm talking about protecting the children. You just hate Trump so bad, you're all right. I don't care about Trump, but the Democrat Party has proven itself. Absolutely. The people that were supposed to be in charge are not just releasing, but pardoning That means that person could have gotten if they would have gotten citizenship and later on, because they were pardoned, they could have been part of our communities, powers of community. When unmarried men come to complain about hot women, this ain't the hot women one. This is the makeup mistakes. This is the beauty hacks gone wrong. Avian flu facial for women, 85% yellow mustard. Yeah, you don't seem to like marriage either. I would marry a good girl. This dude, Robert Morris, the disgraced mega choose pastor service campaign, spiritual advisor, against child sex abuse charges, 2016. And did he get pardoned, or does his crimes still have to stick with him for the rest of his life? Pardoning an illegal alien child sex offender so that they can remain in the community. Okay, this is the problem. The Democrats have been saying Republicans are the pedophile lovers, blah, 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 blah. And the Democrats haven't done anything to release the Epstein files and help that. And just last week released this guy raped a 10-year-old girl multiple times, tried to pay her off, illegal alien, and they gave him permission to go away without, he got pardoned. That's insanity. Do I suffer from TDS? I don't suffer. I don't suffer from TDS. I absolutely suffer from of Democrat policy syndrome. This opening the border, absolute wackadoodle, and what Weiner has done to allow it to not be illegal, the map stuff. No. I'm done. Until I say vote Republican, save the Democrat Party. Till all this stuff gets flushed through. I'm not voting for Trump, and Trump ain't the only person in the party. Absolutely not. But the people that are still in power and running in the Democrat Party, Nazi tattoos, sex abusers, still currently and being promoted to say, let's get you in, not people that are already in and whatnot, people that are actively trying to put people in that are abusers into office. Yeah, that's just absolutely wackadoodle. I definitely ain't voting Democrat, 100%, unless it's Fetterman. The Republicans literally elected a self-pedophile. Kind of hard to argue against that. They're all protecting him. Did the dude get? Did he get arrested and do all of his time in wackadoodle? My point is, they're passing laws. Democrats are passing laws to make it not illegal. Not illegal to have sex with people 10 years younger than you. Even if you're 24, 14-year-olds. That's crazy. They're trying to make it okay. It made me laugh hard when people try to throw insults. So like to play the bulldog evidence, sex and 12,000 feel sorry for them. Yeah, both parties are fucked. Absolutely. But there's 100%. I ain't voting for Trump, and I ain't voting Democrat at all. None of these people in the Democrat Party that are up for availability. Absolutely not. Thomas Massey seemed pretty cool to me. I used to be a Democrat. I'm done though. Brain damage Fetterman's literally the sanest Democrat in the office. I agree. And I would vote for him. That's the only Democrat I can think of that's doing anything sane. It's unfortunate. Do people care so much? Actually makes you. Why do people care so much? Like it actually matters. You have control over your vote. I agree with you too. I absolutely agree with you too. What I'm saying, look another way. 3 months off. The people in California that literally moved out because of that law. Yeah, that's nuts. The U.S. border was never legally opened under Biden. Listen, they had an app. The CBP One app, so people could get flights. People could get in from outside the country. They did away with those wait in Mexico law. They did away with all that to make it easier for people to come in. They absolutely did. They flew people in. How do you think everybody got here? They paid people $15 a head to find asylum seekers and sign up asylum seekers. $15 a head per person per day. People keep cutting their flock cabs down, smeared to Georgia. That's right by me. Yeah, it was wide open. Yeah, people. I mean, listen. You can say whatever Fox News and CNN wackadoo you want to, but there was an app available to bring people into the country to get flights, and it didn't even have to use IDs and stuff. That's absolutely nuts. That's crazy to me. They're all going to say Orange Man bad, even though they literally support and ped, so don't try to hide it. Really funny that you mentioned Republicans literally always vote against raising the minimum age of consent. The numbers don't lie, but they're trying to lower it. They're trying to lower it, and they did actively lower it. In California, they lowered the age of consent. They lowered the age of consent, and they made it not illegal. They made it not prosecutable for 10-year differences. It's crazy. Look at the big flowers. Evidence provided. Trump bullshit. Sorry, Democrats, but America thinks your party sucks. Can you please fix your party? Right, fix your party. No, I'm not voting for Trump. Listen, you can bring up Trump all you want. I'm talking about 2028. 2028. Trump's not available for office. I didn't vote for Trump, and I'm not going to vote for Trump, but I'm not going to vote for none of these Democrats either. There's Republicans I absolutely will vote for. Absolutely. You're handing out pamphlets on how to get to America now. This is what you get here. Right. It's not only that. They did a bunch of shit. A friend of mine had his girlfriend break up with him because he voted for third party in New York. She accused of getting Trump elected. Jeez. Debs went for votes, but they don't care. Immigrants. They want electoral college votes, period. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nobody is bad. Nobody is bad. Nobody sucks. Jesus Christ, except the child who loves children. Why do Republicans vote against raising the age? Because why do they vote against it? Against raising the age of consent? I have no idea. Why do they vote against raising the age of consent? I've got no idea. I believe it's called the Romeo and Juliet law.
Your eyebrows laminated? Because I got my eyebrows laminated.
Like I said, I got no idea. I got no idea. But people actively now are going whack a doodle. Like this whole dissolve the border, dissolve free speech, dissolve the Senate, dissolve the presidency, dissolve ICE, dissolve the police. That's all crazy work. Crazy work. Democrats will still continue to lose until they expel the communists. Right. And the female supremacists and the white people haters. They literally always do. They keep the age of consent as low as possible. Seems fishy. Put in, run for office and change it. Tell a white guy to stop acting surprised. Stupid shit shaking my head. You can tell all the Dem state committed heinous acts to kids. First thing we said, well, Trump did this, that we're supposed to worship the dude. I don't worship the dude. Right. Just because I'm anti-Democrat doesn't mean I'm pro-Trump. The Democrats are just absolute shitstorm now. Absolute. Like, dude, that Tim Walz stuff is crazy work. You don't give pardons to illegal aliens, child sex predators.
They are fried, frizzled, frazzled, overprocessed. Have a bunch of
the guy that was supposed to be the vice president.
Crunchy. Pieces of my brow keep falling off, and I've been in shambles over this, unfortunately. I really did my research and homework before I went to this specific lady for my brows. Had all 5-star reviews. Photos looked amazing.
Your eyebrows look fine.
Maybe it just wasn't her fault. Things happen.
They look fine.
You know, you can leave it on maybe a minute longer than you're supposed to, and this can be the result. But honestly, this is just the kind of stuff
maybe
that
I need like an
don't expect to happen when you're paying
TV or something.
hundreds of dollars
It seems like we have a lot of
services.
soft hand and systems. How come you aren't
upset
about
amazing. People keep asking me if I have eyelash extensions on. I love my lash lift, but unfortunately,
I am. I am. What are you talking about? I am. And I'm pissed about Biden's 8,000. And talk about selling them. He wasn't even signing them. People in Biden's office were taking money for 10-year in previous pardons. That's crazy work. Jeez, trying to tell my Democrat friends who was blind to Trump is they're just literally think he's the lesser of two evils compared to every single Democrat. Right, and you've got all of these wackadoos. Like you've got the guy in New York, Madami, having one of his underlings talking to Iran for whatever reason. And he says he doesn't know what's going on. So you got people doing diplomatic work that can't, but are trying to, that you have no idea. So he doesn't have control of people. And look at what that woman wants to do. Look, she wants to do away with the border. She wants to do away with the Senate, the presidency, the police. That's crazy work. This is what the Democrats need to do. The Democrats need to bring back common sense. There's no way. And this is the problem too. We got to think about more than just right now. Everybody's in's already in right now. I don't give a shit about Trump. I don't care. Everybody wants to hate him, but they're not. They're so pissed off they can't look to 2028 and try to see what's the best for themselves. I think so many people are living in the now instead of planning the future out for themselves, and that's what it seems. It seems like the 10-minute voters are all just wackadoo. I drive 1,800 miles. That's what? They never drive 1,800 miles in less than 24 hours. Just because the current topic doesn't mean we're not against for against. Right. I haven't heard you mention a single thing about Trump's pardons, and of course you shift right to Biden. You're transparent. I don't care. I don't care. But what are you trying to say? I'm telling you, I'm not voting for Trump in 2028. So what are you talking about? You want me to say Trump's kick ass? No. But I'm saying the Trump is Trump, and the rest of the Republicans are the rest of the Republicans. And any one of them is better to vote for than any one of the Democrats that are on the list. Absolutely, without a doubt, without a doubt. Yeah, you can hate Trump all you want, but he's not up for re-election. You got to figure that out. Elections have consequences. They voted for crazy. Let them enjoy their prize. Yeah, with communism, I know common sense. With communism, with common sense. Oh, down with communism, up with common sense. Right. Yeah, right. And because it's obvious that they're not going to give you communism. They're going to work with capitalist bubbles outside of their communist bubble. And then it's not going to be a closed system. So there'll be people that will be taking government money to come in to do the building and whatnot. And then that money will be funneled back through, as it always does in every communist society. Common sense. That guy's still here. I need to kick him out. John Goldbody. Common sense ain't common, bro. So you never voted off. Trump is bad. Every Dem is worse. The Dems realize that they continue to lose. Right. Trump was a Democrat until he became a Republican and won. And then the rest of the Democrats are all insane. They're all absolute insane. It's all absolute insanity.
Fortunately, this is what happened to my brows.
John Goldbody.
But I did tell the brow
Are these Democrats operate strictly on emotions?
Super kind and respectful.
And that's what I think. I think that they're so pissed off at Trump, so absolutely that they can't see through that fog. And like when we have children and we want to say what's going to go on, what's the plan for the next 10 years for the American citizenry? And they're like, well, we'll open the border, first of all. What do you mean? What's the plan? What about education? Like what's going on here? Well, first of all, we got Trump is living rent free in your head. TDS is real. Anti-Trumpers seem to have forgotten that we all can vote for the best of the worst. Has that Noah been alive today? Noah? I haven't seen him.
Really professional. She
offered
me to come back in for her to take a look at it and for her to give me some type of like brow saving kit. But honestly, for me, I just think that that's a waste of time. Just go out of my way and do that. Especially because I feel like there's really not much I can do besides like keep them hydrated.
I think her brows look fine. I think they look beautiful.
Anytime that I try to put product on my brows,
he can't read my nonsense. You gotta get more Discord, guys.
Now I feel like it's making them weaker. Just so you guys can see. I have gotten eyebrow laminations a bunch of times before. This has never happened where my brows actually became like over processed and are breaking off literally at the root, and I have all these bald spots now. I didn't leave it on longer than I was supposed to. I waited the full day to wash my face,
talking to
my brows,
me and relentless soul is
and this is still the result. If anybody has any recommendations on what I could do to rehabilitate this, please let me know. I have tried K18. Didn't really do much for the
you guys teamed
brows,
up?
But if anybody knows anything else, I was putting castor oil on them, and the brow artist actually told me to not do castor oil because it can like block moisture from getting in. She said squalane oil, which I don't have, but I can go out and pick up. But if anybody has any tips, tricks, how to make them grow back,
delusional
I'm kind of freaking out. Definitely never getting my eyebrows laminated again, that is for sure.
Okay, I get married on Friday. I just went and got my eyebrows done at the normal place I go to.
We see each other in the wild.
2022, apparently, according to their records. I got threading, and I got them dyed. I usually always get them dyed. Like a light brown color. I said, and I say this every time. I'm gonna cry. I say this every time.
Now he teamed up. Rich Dude's got brags about his charges.
I'm gonna cry. Okay. Anyway, I say this every time. I say, keep my shape. I'm happy with the shape. Just give them a tidy up. Are you ready?
Yes.
Why are they so long? Why are they so low?
Wow.
I get married on Friday. I get married in 2 days.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. That was a bad idea. Brags about what he did to a 14-year-old. If I'm lying, I'm dying. It's unreal shit. So he banned us so we chat with each other so he can't see, others can't see it. Woman in there stupid.
I'm an April 2023 bride. My wedding is a week from today. And my face just got wrecked. Like, I don't even know. Oh, there you go. Wrecked. Like, it got so wrecked. She's going to need to look gorge in about 6 days.
I think when you tell single women that are in these salons that you're about to get married, you're gonna often end up with one that's gonna be like, "You think you're better than me? You think you're better than me? I'm gonna use the stronger version that's gonna wreck your face."
I got dermaplaning done, and usually it's fine. I've got it done before. This girl decided to.
There you go. There you go.
Oh my gosh, I can't even tell you how on fire it is. This side is so bad. She's like going over it and going over it and going over it and going over it, and I was like, oh, I think the hair may be gone on that side, along with all my pores. I'm not sure. Cheers to 1 week before the wedding. Let's see how it goes. Letting the wind hit my face.
Guys, I did something on my skin that I regretted 1,000 times. Yes, you heard that right. Last week I tried to shave my face for the very first time in my life using this hair identifier spray and razor. I felt this would help me to get rid of my excess facial hair, but I was wrong. It's left me with razor bumps, skin irritation, and redness all over my face. Instead of giving me flawless skin and actually ruin my skin texture. This is my skin when I usually do facial waxing that leaves no bumps or skin irritation, and the best part, there is no ingrowth and skin feels smooth and flawless.
I think I dermaplaned wrong. Did you have this problem the first time that you dermaplaned on your own? Because I watched lots of videos on it to see how to dermaplan right. I cleansed my skin. I kept it moisturized with the bougie water from La Roche-Posay. And then I used a disposable razor. This one is from Flamingo brand. They said it shouldn't make you break out and like shouldn't hurt. But I do have lots of little cuts on my forehead. I don't know if I did it too hard, but look, y'all, look. Do y'all see that inflammation? Like, y'all can kind of see the little micro, little bleeding spots. I guess you can tell I do have little bumps, but like, everything else was fine, like here, I guess because I don't have as many bumps. But yeah, that area is like really inflamed. I have little micro slices. So tips for dermaplaning, I probably won't do it again for like another month and a half. Usually my daughter does it for me, but she wasn't here. And so I did it myself. But I made sure my skin was moisturized, I promise. And it was cleansed, all the things. I didn't have no product, nothing, except from the bougie water. Did the bougie water do it? I don't know. Y'all let me know. Sorry. Still new to the skincare thing.
Dermaplaning is another treatment that looks incredibly simple when professionals can perform it. A gentle blade, glides across the face, across the skin, removing those peach fuzz or those dead skin on the face, leaving the face should leave the face smooth and glowing. But when people attempt it, especially at home, without understanding maybe the angle or maybe even the pressure required or even the tool that you use, the skin can become very irritated instead of looking refreshed. The skin on the face is so delicate, and if the tools that you use, you're not careful with it, then you know the results. Sometimes people press way too hard on the skin, or they repeat the motion too many times in the same area. So instead of that glowing complexion, or you can apply your makeup flawless, then the skin ends up feeling sensitive. You end up with breakouts, and that's when people start to realize that.
Listen, I think 90% of this is screwing with it. A lot of makeup brands will irritate your skin, especially things like, what's that full coverage stuff called? I can't remember. Concealer, I think it's called. Concealer? Foundation concealer. And then that stuff makes it so your skin can't breathe and the sunlight can't hit your face. It has like a sun protection factor, but you need vitamin D from the sun. The cholesterol's in your skin, UV hits it, converts that to vitamin D3. So if you've got makeup on that won't allow the UV light to hit your skin, then that cholesterol builds up, and that becomes the part of the sebum that causes zits and ingrown hairs and wackadoo. So the vitamin D, if you let the sunlight hit your skin and convert that cholesterol to vitamin D, then you won't have that bad of an issue. They're pretty rugged, Lamau. I say go to a first date with a makeup or a keeper without makeup.
Skincare techniques require a little bit more care than the internet clip really suggests.
Estheticians, if you don't know what they're doing, don't dermaplane someone's face. See this? That's
hit
just
her
one
lip.
part of what happened to me today.
What
Let
up,
me preface this
Gwen?
by saying I had the literal best esthetician in Virginia. Amazing.
We had another Canadian in here earlier. I don't know if he's still here.
So many facials by her, so many dermaplanes, so I know what to expect. So I went to a new place today. Didn't ask me anything, didn't have me sign any waivers or anything, which, okay, maybe you don't have to, but at least at my last girl, she did. She went over what I usually do for my skincare, made sure like I didn't have any allergies, none of that. Sit down, immediately starts putting to my face. Does maybe 2 things on my face, and then she's like, okay, you ready for your dermaplane? And my old facialist, she would prep my skin, do all this other work before she even considered doing the dermaplane. And also, I'm pretty sure she made me go a couple sessions before I got the dermaplane to prep my skin, instead of just doing it the first session. So anyway, I'm like, yeah, sure, I've had it done before. She starts going at it. And I'm talking like quick and like hard. So at this point, I'm like,
sounds like,
okay, maybe this just is how people do it. And I just had a really good facialist. I don't know. So anyway, she does the top half, starting to burn a little bit, middle, cuts my nose, cuts the other nose. I'm like, okay.
It cuts
then she
both
gets
of her
lower, and
noses.
It's starting to really burn. So I'm like, okay, let me mention this. I'm like, it's starting to burn. I can tell she's panicking a little bit. The owner is doing a facial with someone right next to me, and yeah. Basically starts to gaslight me. Ask me what medication I'm on. First of all, you should have asked me that before. Second of all, I'm not on any medication, like literally none, like not even Advil. And I say, yeah, I've had plenty of dermaplanes before, like it's never felt like this, like I know this isn't normal. And the owner goes, well, when was the last time you had dermaplane done? I'm like last year before I moved. Well, that's why it's burning. No, bitch, you didn't prep my skin. And she's clearly not doing it right. So anyway, I'm being super, super nice. I'm not really even saying anything. Like literally the owner at one point was like, Paige, give me something, give me something. Like, how are you feeling? Are you doing okay? Is it still burning?
Nah.
Yep, still burning. So she tries aloe, she tries a jelly face mask.
I don't know how we got
Nothing's
here.
working. So the girl's sitting there fanning my face for probably like 15 minutes. And then she doesn't want to touch me anymore. So she asks the owner to do it because she's scared. She's like, oh my God, I'm shaking. I feel so bad. And at one point tells me she wants to kiss my face because she feels so bad.
Nice.
Please don't kiss my face.
A gaslight. I don't want to see that retarded shit.
Just face up. So anyway, at this point, I'm being super nice. And I'm literally not saying anything. All I'm saying is when she asks if it still is burning, and I just say yes. So this goes on for probably 20 minutes. Nothing's working. She can't fix it. She proceeds to tell me, oh, this one time when I was on an antibiotic, I didn't remember. And my face was all red after a facial. Haha. No, this isn't from like remember, because I was just like so flabbergasted that it was even happening.
Yeah, that's one big thing is that like people, if you ever see people in public, like influencer types in public, their whole personality changes when they stop the recording, when they put their phone away and they start talking to like people around them. And I think it's something that's starting to become natural that like as people grow up with TikTok and stuff, they tend to act the way that a bulk of the people like, 'cause this is the influencer kind of like long words. Hey, when did you get merch? I'd rock it. Brother, I had it for a long time. Get yourself one, brother. Get you one. The hats look good too. The hats look good. The shirts look good too. Yeah, bro. Yeah, brother. Yeah, there's the hats. Oops. Wackadoo. And then the shirts. Bam. We got here because the Catholic Church going indiscriminately after women with herbs and medicine, calling knowledge of man a woman a witch. 100% of my ex live streams. I see nice happy on there. When it ends, that shit doesn't exist. Yeah, it's all bullcrap. I mean, that's why I think I say, I need that. Get you one, brother. These creators are manipulating audiences. Stupid sticks around. Yeah. I think. I mean, This is me. This is me. Come hang out with me in Georgia. I thought it was for women riding their brooms. Witches.
So if you have an esthetician story, comment below. I'd love to hear it. Yeah.
Nobody's going to say this, so I am, as an esthetician who dermaplanes all day. It's a 50% gamble that you're going to break out if you are acne prone. Let me just go over everything with you. When that little peach fuzz, that hair growth is coming back, where that's happening is also where acne forms. And if you add in excess skin cells, oil, any bacteria that's acne causing,
Women
it's just going to be a perfect storm for excess breakouts. Might not be immediate, so you may not be thinking that the dermaplaning / shaving your face at home could be breaking you out, but it actually could be. Your skin can look really rashy. You can have closed comedones, which are the tiny little bumps that never really come to a head. You can have inflamed breakouts that pop up, go away quickly. And sometimes it can be skin purging, which means cell turnover is triggering breakouts to come up to the surface more. So it's all a gamble. And I dermaplane people that are acne prone. They have no reaction.
Pink tax.
Sometimes I can dermaplane.
So on average, women are more easily suggestible than guys are. So that's why there's a pink tax. Women more than likely will think that things that say women or them are pink or shaped like curvy shape, like handles for shavers and whatnot, make them think that it was made for them. The handle might have, but the blades are pretty much all the same. You know, they don't have a female in mind. They have removing hair in mind. The marketing has females in mind, but you got to teach your kids to read the label. So if you're looking for something that something does, you can find the cheapest one that's got the same percentage of the same active ingredients. Yes, right, absolutely right. Why would you not? It's stupid. I hate it, but you got paid from it. 90% of the comments were like, "Shit, can I hit it?" And Jesus Chrysler. Yeah. How you doing, Bob?
Someone that's acne prone and it just doesn't work out for them, and I'm one of those people. This is what my skin looks like when I dermaplane. It doesn't work out for me. I always get really rashy and break out.
If you're a beautician and you're watching this, I am actually sorry. I think I got perm in my eye. No, smell that, guys.
Perm?
I'm sick of spending money on lash lifts, so I'm gonna try and do one myself from home.
She's putting perm on her eyelashes.
From here. I watched a tutorial and the girl's lashes looked amazing, so hopefully mine go the same. Get 5 different sizes of the lash pads. Now I'm gonna use a size small. I'm gonna apply the glue to my eyelid.
Jeez, and you get curious about the profile pic, and dude will be on the weirdest looking dudes never speak to a female person.
This, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna use my finger.
It's face shaving. Yeah, I mean, I guess they call it dermaplane, so it gives it a feminine name, right? No, you're not shaving the hair off. You're dermaplaning.
And just pop that on.
That's how you go
and
with
have
that.
to apply glue to the top of the shield, and that's what our lashes are going to stick to. Oh my god, it's coming off. This tool has a flat edge and it has like little spiky bits to stick your lashes up and brush them off. But I don't think I'm doing this right. Is this right? I'm just not sure right now. Guys, this isn't going great.
Poke in her eye.
I use one of these little tools that it comes with to try and stick them down more.
Jeez, perming eyelashes. Let's turn eyebrows to Jerry girl.
Okay, next step is...
Beat?
Smell that.
Yeah.
Stuff stinks. So anyway, I'm just going to pop the permanent solution on. Oh god, it smells like...
Yeah, I remember perm. I remember in the 90s, like the late 80s, early 90s, when girls would get perms and you'd smell it for like a few days. Girls walking around school with perms. You look surprised. Oh, hold on.
Explain what this shit smells like. Cover it in cling film. However, I don't have any cling film, so I'm using an ice cube bag. We wait 10 minutes. Better be worth it, because this has been about 8 minutes and I'm sick of waiting, but my lashes have fell off the shield. What am I doing wrong here? Just don't get it. I put plenty of glue on. Oh wait, they're sticking now. I'm gonna give up. Let's put the next step on. So she's leaving the chemicals on for way too long. This apparently fixes the lashes. I don't know what it does, but I'll give up now. This is shit. We put the cling film back on and we wait again. I'm not doing the other eye. I'd rather have one eye done. 10 minutes, done. It says I need to scrape off that fixation solution. This is literally going to be the world's worst lash lift you have ever seen. And then I'm going to use the cleanser to clean all this dusty, crusty shit off my lashes. This is probably just like a micellar water, but I'm going to clean off those lashes.
So crazy.
And then we'll
It is
reveal
a bit
the shit
overboard.
result. Don't be
Women
hoping
focus
for
on
much, guys,
herbalism. I
because
know
this
so
is
still
going
like
to
gels,
look
lipid stuff when their skin having better
shite.
results. Yeah.
Here's the pad.
Nice, good fat. I never looked at chicken said, man, she looks good, but we're looking for let's feed this fly trap.
Guys, what the
right. Why wouldn't you see the curler?
What's going on? I can't
there you
even
go.
say that looks...
So, Mike, Gwen here is also a Canadian. She's using she's using Perm Solution. Nair is hair remover, but she's used it for twice as long as she's supposed to. So we'll see if the hairs fall out.
Looks good, because that looks absolutely dog shit. And from now on, I'm going to stick to pain for me lash lifts. TikTok, you've done us dirty on this one. Your lash looks like an arsehole, love.
Let's talk about these lash lifts, because anything that involves the eye area, as I say, automatically deserve a little or a whole heap of extra caution. Lash lift promises beautiful curled lashes without needing extensions. That's the whole point. And when they're done correctly or properly, the results can look natural and even elegant. But when people try to recreate the process, whether at home or an uncertified salon, then understanding how delicate the eye area is, things can become very uncomfortable very quickly. The eye area is so sensitive, guys, and a small amount of irritation can make that little experience feel so unpleasant. So sometimes the lifting solutions are left on for too long, or maybe they're even applied unevenly, and instead of a soft lifted lashes, people end up with lashes looking bending up all over the place in unexpected directions. So the lashes that were supposed to make you look so graceful start going their own separate ways. They have a mind of their own at this point. And the mirror becomes a place where you suddenly feels like you're standing there trying to figure out exactly what's happened. I want to warn more of that. So please take heed.
Help. Okay. I got a lash lift done. And why are my lashes
Gwen's a good one. Alberta
themselves?
Can only separate the back by the USA.
So
Yeah, they will. Yeah.
Awful. And my eyelids hurt. And my lashes are like all of this long. I've already tried to like scrub my face, do all the things. They're not going anywhere. Someone in Fort Worth who does lashes, who does lash lifts. Can you fix this? Like, can this be fixed, or do I just have to like wait till 8 weeks from now? Like, I literally can't do that. My eyelashes normally touch up here when I do mascara. I'm gonna have a meltdown. I really am.
They're like really intense. They're really, really intense. And they're just not coming down. They're like glued to my
That's so insane.
Lids.
Alberta has oil, so yeah. No, absolutely. I tell you what, if we get Alberta and we hook up a pipeline, gas is gonna drop below $2 a gallon. The entire West should separate and cut its own country. I think it's going. I think it's on its way. Yeah. It'll be ours. Well, the thing is, it would be great for Alberta too, because Ontario is not allowing Alberta to sell properly. Everything's got to go through Ontario. And that's a wackadoo. I think Canada's the second largest fruit oil reserves in the world. There you go. He's British Columbian.
I mean, I know they were long. Oh my God. They're like spider webs stuck to my eye face. I went a little too hard. I was like, let's leave it on. They said 12 to 15 minutes. 17. Could you really make sure they stick there? Look at that. When they say dramatic,
that's freaking crazy.
That's dramatic. Look at the
Dog shit, Ontario. Wackadoo, what up, Dollop?
For this lash lift
East
paint,
Canada,
there's like 3 different options, and I went with the dramatic one because
hey,
like,
Rich, do you
go
even
big or go
understand shit
home.
Lamb uploads?
Little good,
like
a lot
sends
is better is
videos.
my life's motto.
Brother, I don't understand it anymore. No. I have no idea what's going on in that man's mind anymore. West pays for it all. That's right. Yeah. How long this is the thing. How long can you be taken advantage of? When I die, they go lay me to rest. Good place the best when they go lie me down. I'm going up to the spirit. Going up to the spirit in the sky.
And quite literally, they're very dramatic. When they say dramatic, it is very dramatic. I can feel them touching
the roof of my eyelid. But hey, now I know it works, and they weren't lying. So Amazon for the win. You get like 3 applications for it, and I'm not mad. It did what I asked it to do.
I thought it was a good idea to get my lashes lifted, and now I've just got damaged lashes. This is what we're working with.
Jeez.
This was a couple of days ago, and since then they've literally been falling out. I went back to the lady, because she lives around the corner, who did them, and she pretty much said to me that my lashes responded really bad to the lash lift, which surely not. Essentially, she processed them twice, which I now know is really bad, and my lashes have been falling out. They actually don't look that bad right now.
I got a friend in Jesus.
They've like fully cut off, and they're in the weirdest directions.
They get recommended to me, and you know, and some people said links. They'll probably do more of that. So I was like, brother, dude, mascara and a curl never hurt nobody. Yeah, dude. B, yeah, man. That guy's gotta freaking chill.
This is not the best picture in any means, but you can actually see that my lashes are good. Now I have these stumpy things on my eyes, but I'm grateful because I'm actually scared they're all just gonna freaking fall out. I thought I'd take this as an opportunity to try out some lash serum, because this is what I've got, and that's what I want again. I couldn't find a lot of information about lash serums online, so I thought I would just do a little lash journey, because what the fuck I have to lose? I purchased
Toga.
Lash Therapy Australia. So if anyone has any recommendations outside of that, please share with me.
So I got my eyelashes done
Jeez.
Friday. Today is Monday. I got them done Friday. I went to work and I was like, my eyelashes are bothering me. Let me brush them out. So I brushed them out, and this happened.
Holy crap.
Just gone. Oh, I'm just gone. Look. So I was at work like this.
Stick-ons.
And I had to call my sister to come bring me some strip lashes, because I was like, ain't no way.
Thank you, sir. I have another.
So she
That's
did.
your favorite part?
And it was like this all day today, because I had a whole 8-hour shift, and it was 9 a.m. So now I'm here about to get them done again. Y'all don't even know what to say. Just look. Look. Look.
This is why I don't like you guys on TikTok, and I don't trust y'all, because everyone has these videos of how easy it is to put your own lashes.
I got tweak it one more, and I put a bender right.
I got from Amazon the lashes.
One
I
black
cut them
shoe,
into
one
little
white shoe,
clusters. I
and
messed that one up.
yeah, brother.
30 minutes,
yeah,
bro.
brother. Largest. Oh,
And I
yes,
only got
yes. I have heard of that, Gwen. Yes, I have. Yeah. Yeah, he's still one of the homies. But brother, it's difficult to watch. I tell you, man, it's difficult to watch. In Calgary, there you go. That's where that rodeo is. The horse in the chancellor's office. You like that? You like that?
Thick as hell. I close my eye. Look at, got me looking like that toy from Toy Story.
My lash extension nightmare.
Jeez, the women are crazy.
Day 1. Day 2. I managed to get one side of lashes almost off, but the other side wasn't budging. I was in the hospital for a day. I had to get IVs in my arm to help with swelling and infection. Day 3.
Oh man, there's other shit done too,
got
man. I was
all
saying
the
that. I was
lashes
watching
off.
the other night.
Day 4.
Love what God gave you. We should do a 110th grade field trip to Calgary's Hogspecker and Lars
Day
McCready.
5.
Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Day 6. Moral of the story, no more lash extensions for me.
No, eyelash extension can look absolutely beautiful when done correctly. They add length, fullness, drama without having to apply mascara every morning. That's the whole point of it. But applying the extensions require precision and the right type of adhesive and the professional service.
I was a prop maker. She looks like she got hit. Yeah, that looked freaking rough. No, my brother's on the front. They call it in front of the camera and behind the camera. I built sets and props. Gay is another way. Damn sure ain't.
And when people apply them themselves or just use products that aren't designed for that purpose, then the results can be, as you have been seeing. I will get into more of that. The eye area is extremely delicate, guys, and the adhesive or the glue that is used, it needs to be very specific. Sometimes, and it's even after the fact, people discover that they are sensitive to certain glue.
You want to get into what, Agus? We were ILM, but cooler.
And that is why, you know, the professionals, the real professionals, tend to do a patch test beforehand.
Yeah, a lot
the
of fun.
internet sometimes skips over those precaution steps, though. You know, they jump.
You'd like to get into the movie industry? Yeah. Look for your local IATSE, IATSE union office, union house, not house, union house, union. Damn it. But yeah, the IATSE union. You join the union and you basically say what your availability is and whatnot, what your skills are. It's a lot less difficult than you'd think. You just got to prove yourself once you get there. Give me Walter White's recipe. And they often trained me through a union during a logging strike years ago. They were pushing to pay for work at the film and TV good. There you go. I guess you didn't head that way. Making more money in the logging, I'm sure.
Into the application.
Give me
instead of those glamorous lashes that you desire, the results
really
can sometimes feel like irritation.
I mean, it could definitely be worth it for like the movies and stuff. Could definitely be worth it.
Swelling or even the lashes falling out or even sticking together if they do decide to stay. And I know that those are definitely not the results that you were going for. Well, certainly not me, girl.
Not me,
so
girl.
to all y'all
Currently,
out
I'm
there
renovating
that
my
is
neighbor's
lying
house.
about these
nice
lashes, I don't like y'all anymore.
New Hollywood.
I really thought I was about to eat, and I
it's a good job. It's a good
literally
job, definitely.
This is my first attempt of ever trying to do cluster lashes, and let me show y'all how horribly I failed. So here I am putting this damn glue on, and I'm like, oh yeah, I got it from here. You know, seems easy. I see y'all lift y'all little eye up, and boom, here I am struggling, bitch. I don't even know how to hold the little piece of lash on the dang on tweezers. So I'm just getting irritated, and I'm like really trying my hardest. Girl, I'm thinking these is like chopsticks. How hard I'm like trying to pick this up. So then boom, I think I got it on. Lied. Girl, it is literally hanging on by a thread. So I'm like, okay, girl, you got it. You almost there. Boom. Here I go thinking I'm eating. No, girl, it keep getting stuck up on my lashes at this point. So I'm like, okay, let's calm down. Let's try this again. Boom. I'm like, oh yeah, I got it on. I'm happy. Here I go trying to pick up the little tweezers to put it on, and guess what? It's not nowhere near where y'all's be. So I'm just like, what am I doing wrong? So I'm trying to be like, okay, girl, just take this off. Like, I can't even do this. So now I'm just looking like, okay, girl, hold that little eye up again, and let's try this again, literally. So here I am, literally trying it again, and I'm thinking I'm doing something. I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's on. Epic fail, literally again. Like this whole video was.
Is that you, Gwen?
And I was getting so
cheers,
irritated.
man. Thanks for
girl,
last good. Have a good night, brother. We're here every night.
Listen, y'all are some liars. I got irritated right here. Bye.
Your warning to stop being influenced.
Yeah, there you go.
I am so influenced. I am watching these girls do DIY home lashes, and they make it look so simple, okay? They're lying. Or they're talented. That's not your everyday person, I can tell you that much. Because this is your everyday person trying to do a DIY home eyelash extension that I have no business doing. I have to go out in literally 15 minutes. I will say they are not lying about how strong the bond is. This bond is very strong. It's too strong. I released it. Ow, that hurt. Jeez. I'm not going to give up though.
Fake
I'm
mask,
not.
fake hair,
See, the thing
fake
about
complexion.
me is that I think I can do anything that other people can do. It's a gift and a curse. This
You
is
can't
just a warning
stand
that
in peace.
this is not as easy as it looks.
Write
and I
your
will
name in the
probably
snow.
have really
If woman get
crappy
eyelashes, I
after
can't
1
make
hour
it
of
slog
sitting here doing
extensions.
this. So.
What up, Ben?
Okay, they are very uncomfortable, and I really did not do a great job. So the question is, do I keep going at this point, or do I just call it quits and learn my lesson?
The bond is strong. The eyelash needs to go to the store for cigarettes. Never comes back.
I don't think they're even with one another, but I made them decent enough to at least go out of the house and not be totally embarrassed. So there's that. I hate how they feel, though. I want to scratch and rip my eyes out.
After looking at all of these beauty experiments, I think it is safe.
Beautiful, because the length of your song has to do with the heart conditions of vein, not a muscle. Schlong. The length of your song. Oh, un labrador tiene pero y bingo fue su nombre. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel the needle on the scale. The greater every deal. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everything I know goes away in the end. And you can have it all. My empire of dirt. These are a total mistake. Totes. Then I must have a great healthy heart. Punch yourself in the gooch. All right, let's see. Bam. All right, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. Thank you, B2B. Thank you, brother. Voice of an angel. That was a great song, though. Great by 9 Inch Nails and great by freaking Dare with Wackadoo. I got Twice the Medical Heart Science of North. Jesus. What up, Crying Fish? Tell you what, Albert. Maybe one of these days I'll figure it out. I want to start recording again some music, so we'll see what happens. Double the lung capacity, apparently double the bone density. Definitely a mutant. I'm gonna smoke and go to bed. Yeah, I'm going to bed too. I appreciate y'all hanging out. Hit the like button on the way out. Subscribe, tell your friends. Hugs and kisses. Get you a hat or a shirt under 10thgrade.com. I appreciate y'all hanging out. I love y'all. Have a good night, y'all.